निर्जने बसिया कृष्ण नाम गाबो जबे कृष्ण नाम गाबो जबे कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे सेई दिन हबे कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे संसार फुकारो काने न पोषिबे संसार फुकारो काने न पोषिबे देह रोग दूरे रबे देह रोग दूरे रबे हरे कृष्ण बोली गाहिते गाहिते नयने लो बहिबे लोर कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे गुरुदेव कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे हरे कृष्ण बोली गाहिते गाहिते नयने बहिबे लोर हरे कृष्ण बोली गाहिते गाहिते नयने बहिबे लोर देहेते पुलक उदित हইবে देहेते पुलक उदित हইবে प्रेमेते करिबे भोर प्रेमेते करिबे भोर कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे गुरुदेव कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे गद गद बाणी मुखे बाहिरिबे गद गद मुखे बाहिरिबे काँपिबे शरीर मम काँपिबे शरीर मम घर्म मुहुर्मुह विवर्ण हইবে स्तम्भित प्रलय सम घर्म मुहुर्मुह विवर्ण हইবে स्तम्भित प्रलय सम गुरुदेव 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 कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे कबे मोर सेई दिन हबे निष्कपटे हेन दशा कबे हबे निष्कपटे हेन दशा कबे हबे निरन्तर नाम गाबो आमी निरन्तर नाम गाबो आवेशे रहिया देह यात्रा करी आवेशे रहिया देह যাত্রা করি তোমার করুণা পাব, তোমার করুণা পাব। গুরুদেব গুরুদেব গুরুদেব, কবে মোর সেদিন হবে আমি তোমার করুণা পাব। গুরুদেব, কবে মোর সেদিন হবে আমি তোমার করুণা পাব। জয় ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেব, জয় ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেব। শ্রীল ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেব, ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেব। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। जय गुरुदेव जय श्रील गुरुदेव, गुरु महाराज जय गुरुदेव जय, जय गुरुदेव जय, जय गुरुदेव जय, जय गुरुदेव जय, जय गुरुदेव। श्रील भक्ति चारु स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्ण। हे वारो करुणा करो वैष्णव गोसाई। दैवार करुणा कर वैष्णव गोसाई। दैवार करुणा कर वैष्णव নব গোসাই
পতিত পাবন তোমার বিনা কেহ নাই।
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 যাহার নিকটে গেলে পাপ দূরে যায়।
যাহারো নিকটে গেলে পাপ দূরে যায়।
এই মন দয়াল প্রভু কে ভগত পায়।
এমন দয়ালো প্রভু এবা কোথা পায়।
এই মন দয়াল প্রভু কে ভগত পায়।
এমন দয়ালো প্রভু এবা কোথা পায়।
গঙ্গার পরশ হইলে পাপ
গঙ্গার পরশ হইলে পশ্চাতে পাব।
গঙ্গার পরশ হইলে পাশাতে পাবা।
গঙ্গার পরশ হইলে পশ্চাতে পাব।
দর্শনে পবিত্র কর এই তোমার গুণ।
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 হরিস্থানে অপরাধে পারে হরি নাম। जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर
जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
देव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव
शीला गुरुदेव की जय
প্রভুজি তারপর আপনাদেরকে দিয়ে দেবো দুজন মাতাজি পরে আপনাদেরকে ইউ ক্যান ডু কোর্স মাতাজি আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
जय शिला भक्ति चरु स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय शिला सनातन गोस्वामी की जय जिया नीलो प्रेमा धाना करुणा प्राचु जिया नीलो
प्रेम धन करुणा प्रचुर
जिया नीलो प्रेम धना करुणा प्राचु
जिया नील प्रेम धन करुणा प्रचुर
हेन प्रभु कथा गेला আচার্য ঠাকুর
হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর
হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর
হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর
কাহা মোরা স্বরূপ রূপা কাহার গুণা কাহা মোরা স্বরূপ রূপা কাহা সনাতন কাহা মোরা স্বরূপ রূপা কাহা সনাতন
কাহা মোর স্বরূপ রূপ কাহা সনাতন
কাহা দাস রঘুনাথ পতিত পাবন
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 কাহা মোরা ভট্টয়োগা কাহা কবীরা
কাহা মোর ভট্ট যুগ কাহা কবিরা
কাহা মোরা ভট্টয়োগা কাহা কবীরা
কাহা মোর ভট্ট যুগ কাহা কবিরা
একা গায়ালে কোথা গেলা গৌরা নটরা
দেখো কালে কোথা গেলা গোরা নটরা
একা কালে কোথা গেলা গৌরা নটরা
এক কালে কোথা গেলা গোরা নটরা
পাশানে কুটিব মাথা অনালে পাশিব
পাষাণে কুটিব মাথা অনলে পশিব
পাষাণে কুটিব মাথা অনলে পাশিব
পাষাণে কুটিব মাথা অনলে পশিব
গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব
গৌরাঙ্গ গুণের নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব
গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব
গৌরাঙ্গ গুণের নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব
সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলাস
সব সঙ্গীর সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলাস
সব সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলাস
সব সঙ্গীর সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলাস
সে সঙ্গ না পায়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস
সে সঙ্গ না পাইয়া কান্দে নর তমদাস
সে সঙ্গ না পায়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস
সে সঙ্গ না পাইয়া কান্দে নর তমদাস
সে সব না পাইয়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস
সে সঙ্গ না পাইয়া কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস
জয় গুরুদেবা 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 জয় গুরুদেবা
জয় গুরুদেবা জয় গুরুদেবা গুরুদেবা জয় গুরুদেব
জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ
শিল প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় শিল প্রভুপাদ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Jaya Gurudeva Patit Pavan Jaya Gurudeva
Jaya Gurudeva Patit Pavan Jaya Gurudeva
Jaya Gurudev Jai Srila Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jaya Srila
Gurudev
Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada,
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रीला प्रभुपाद
Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada,
जय जगद्गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपादा जगद्गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपादा
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Hare Krishna.
गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दास तीना पे खायो तीना गुरुदेव
कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दासे तृणापेक्षायतिहीना
गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दास तीनापेक्षायतिहीना
गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दासे तृणापेक्षायतिहीना
सकल सहने बल दिया करो
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 निज माने स्पृहहीन
निज माने स्पृहहीन
निज माने स्पृहहीन
निज माने स्पृहहीन
सकले सम्मान करिते सकति देहनाथ यथा यथा
सकल सम्मान करिते सकति देहनाथ यथा यथा
सकले सम्मान करिते सकति देहनाथ यथा यथा
सकले सम्मान करिते सकति देहनाथ यथा यथा
তবে তো গাইব হরি নাম সুখে,
তবে তো গাইব হরি নাম সুখে,
তবে তো গাইব হরি নাম সুখে,
তবে তো গাইব হরি নাম সুখে।
অপরাধ হবে হত আমার,
অপরাধ হবে হত আমার,
অপরাধ হবে হত,
অপরাধ হবে হত,
অপরাধ হবে হত,
অপরাধ হবে হত।
কবে হেন কৃপা লোভিয়ায় জন, কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ।
কবে হেন কৃপা লভিয়ায় জন, কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ।
কবে হেন কৃপা লোভিয়ায় জন, কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ।
আর কবে হেন কৃপা লভিয়ায় জন, কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ।
শক্তি বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতিদিন,
শক্তি বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতিদিন,
শক্তি বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতিদিন,
শক্তি বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতিদিন।
করমরে আত্মসাথ গুরুদেব,
দেব কর মোরে আত্মসাথ,
করমরে আত্মসাথ,
কর মোরে আত্মসাথ।
যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাহি পাই, তোমার করুণা সার।
যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাহি পাই, তোমার করুণা সার।
যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাহি পাই, তোমার করুণা সার।
আর যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাহি পাই, তোমার করুণা সার।
করুণা না হইলে কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া,
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 প্রাণ না রাখিব
আর প্রাণ না রাখিব আর,
প্রাণ না রাখিব
প্রাণ না রাখিব আর,
প্রাণ না রাখিব
প্রাণ না রাখিব আর।
এবার মরে কর দয়া
রে এবার মোরে কর দয়া,
গুরুদেব এবার মরে কর দয়া,
এবার মোরে কর দয়া।
পতিত পাবন শ্রী গুরুদেব এইবার মরে কর দয়া।
পতিত পাবন শ্রী গুরুদেব এইবার মোরে কর দয়া।
পতিত পাবন শ্রী গুরুদেব এবার মরে কর দয়া
আর পতিত পাবন শ্রী গুরুদেব এইবার মোরে কর দয়া
জয় গুরুদেবা গুরুদেবা ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেবা
জয় গুরুদেবা জয় গুরুদেবা ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেবা
জয় গুরুদেবা গুরুদেবা ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেবা
জয় গুরুদেবা গুরুদেবা ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরু
জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 প্রভুপাদ
প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ
নিতাই গর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল
তাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল जय भक्ति चारू गुरु महाराज की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की, संवेद भक्त वृंद की, गौर प्रमानंदे हरि बोल। ओहे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर ए दासे करुणा करी ओके वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर ए दासे करुणा करी वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर ए दासे करुणा करी दिया पद छाया सदके आमाय दिया पद छाया सदके आमाय তোমার চরণ ধরি তোমার চরণ ধরি বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর
দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি
ছয় বেগদমি ছয় দোষ সুধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে ছয় বেগদমি ছয় দোষ সুধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে ছয় সত সঙ্গ দেখো কে আমায় ছয় সত সঙ্গ দেখো কে আমায় বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে, আমি বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে। ওই বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর, এ দাসে করুণা করি বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর। একাকী আমায় নাহি পায়ে বল, হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে। একাকী আমায় নাহি পায়ে বল, হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে। তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া, তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া, দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে, দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে। ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর, হে দাসে করুণা করি বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর, এ দাসে করুণা করি। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো, তোমার শক্তি আছে। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো, তোমার শক্তি আছে। আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি, আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি, ধাই তব পাছে পাছে, আমি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে। আমায় সঙ্গ সারা করো না গো, সঙ্গ সারা করো। আমায় সঙ্গে সঙ্গে রেখো মোরে, সঙ্গ ছাড়া করো না গো, সঙ্গে সঙ্গে রেখো মোরে, সঙ্গ ছাড়া করো। ওকে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর। জয় ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেবা, ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেব, জয় ভক্তি চারু স্বামী গুরুদেব। জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 প্রভুপাদ, জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ পাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ। নিতাই গৌরালি বল, হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল, নিতাই গৌরালি বল, হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে
হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম রাম হরে হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ
কৃষ্ণ
কৃষ্ণ হরে 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 রাম
রাম রাম হরে হরে
हरे नाम संकीर्तन की और प्रमानंद।
प्रभु कोता गिला आचर्यताकु
on how to preach to an ungrateful person. You see, preaching is an art. When you are preaching to the person, a preacher must assess his sincerity, assess the level that he is in, and also assess his ability to grasp what he is. Like, say, for example, you may be a PhD, but when you go to a kindergarten school, you don't give your full PhD spiel there, right? You teach them according to their ability to understand. So when it comes to preaching, we have to see how the person is. Like, if he is ungrateful, but if he is not offensive, then yes, you can give it a try. But generally, it has been advised that it's better to avoid the offensive people, especially those who are not really willing to listen to you, who are just going to simply try to find faults in what you are saying. It's better to avoid those people because it's a waste of time.
Sometimes while rendering service, it may happen. If somebody doesn't do things rightly, then yes, it's natural that we'll get angry. But after that, after you have displayed your anger, then you can go and explain to him, Prabhu, this is why I had to do that. Please don't mind. All right? But try not to get angry. Sometimes people ask me, my anger I cannot control. What should I do? I said, when you're angry and whatever you say it with a smiling face. Say it with a smile. Okay? Now you're smiling. So keep that smile when you say that. Your question is, I am under the impression that the mind is the soul. Am I correct? No. You see, mind also is matter. This material nature comprised of 8 elements, according to the Vedic understanding, which is the real understanding. There are 8 elements with which this material nature has been composed of. And those 8 elements are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These 5 are gross elements, and mind, intelligence, and false ego are the 3 subtle elements. With these 8 elements, 5 gross and 3 subtle elements, this material nature has been composed. And we have the mind. And mind is a part of me, my body. I have 2 bodies. One is gross body and the subtle body. All of us have these 2 bodies. The gross body is made of 5 gross elements, earth, water, fire, and air, and ether. In Sanskrit, they are called Bhumi, Apo, Analo, Vayu, and Kham. And then I have a subtle body made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. The mind is a subtle body. Mind is an element, material element, subtle material element. And it is through the mind that the consciousness is coming into this body or be projected into the body. And then the consciousness is spreading through the nervous system. So mind is considered to be one of the senses. We have the 5 external senses and 1 internal sense. Antarendriya and Bohirendriya. Bohirendriya means senses that are taking our consciousness outside, and Antarendriya, the sense that is inside, which is projecting the consciousness into the body through the senses. So mind is the internal sense. It is a subtle element through which the consciousness is being projected into the material nature towards the material nature through the body. So beyond that is the soul. The consciousness is coming from the soul and is being projected through the mind. Therefore, sometimes we may tend to think that the consciousness is coming from mind. No, consciousness is not coming from the mind. Mind is the medium through which the consciousness is being projected. But the soul is the source of consciousness. So that's the difference between the mind and the soul.
The mind is wild, and the mind, if you allow the mind to go on its own, then it will go everywhere and do everything. So it has to be controlled by proper Krishna consciousness. And the way to do it, Krishna is giving the solution, manmana bhavo. Manmana bhavo. With your mind, you just think of me. In your mind, you just appreciate my qualities, my pastimes, and in this way, direct the activities of your mind in me. And this is how Krishna is saying that you'll develop your attachment to me. And that is the way to control the mind. Otherwise, if you let the mind to act on its own, then yes, it will not only commit Vaishnava aparadh, it will indulge in all kinds of extremely heinous activities.
Love is meant only for Krishna. Because love is actually an energy that is with the soul. That actually, the energy or the force that enables one to become united. Right? Now, when we are oblivious of Krishna, then we tend to offer that love to different other objects. But that love is never fully satisfied or fulfilled. Even Romeo and Juliet, in spite of their deep loving relationship, had to part. And the thing is, it is actually meant to be offered to Krishna. Why? Because it is the ability that is inherent with the soul to be connected to Krishna. We all are parts and parcels of Krishna. We all belong to Krishna. Therefore, we have to be connected to Krishna. The means to be connected is love, the energy that is there with the soul. Therefore, as you said, Prabhupada said that it's meant only to be offered to Krishna. Otherwise, that love is never successful. No matter wherever we repose it, heart is not fully content. And the outcome of love, through love, we are actually seeking for joy. Right? The purpose of love or the objective of love is to joy, to enjoy. Right? And unless and until we repose our or offer our love to Krishna, we can never experience that joy that our hearts are always hankering for. But when it is done, then the heart is completely content. Heart is completely joyful. Therefore, there is no way of breaking the loving relationship.
I believe in the principle of karma. That is, as one acts, accordingly one gets the results. Still, I see so many people are good, yet they are suffering. Why do bad things happen to good people in this world? Yes, Mrs. Naidu, very nice question. Yes, karma, the principle of karma is, as you mentioned, action-reaction principle. As one acts, accordingly one gets the result. Good actions generates good results. Bad action generates bad results. As you sow, so shall you reap. And that is the basic concept of karmic principle. Now you are asking, why do good things happen to bad people? Why do we see sometimes that good people are suffering? Now we have to understand that we are not reaping the reactions of our actions only in this life. We had been here before. We had been acting there in that life. And accordingly, we are susceptible to the karmic reactions. So when something happens, as you say, that a good person undergoes some bad situations or bad karma, why is that? We have to understand that we are not seeing the totality of the karma of that person. We are not seeing how he may have acted in the previous life. Sometimes the actions of the previous life is presented in this world. Say, for example, we see that someone is born as a son of a very wealthy person. And we see someone is born in a poverty-stricken family. So naturally the question will arise that why someone is born in a rich family and someone in a poor family. We have to understand that the way they acted in their previous life, they are getting the results in this life. A person who is born in a wealthy family, he must have done good things in his previous life or previous lives, and as a result of that, he is getting the good result. On the other hand, someone may have done something wrong in his previous life. As a result of that, he is born in a poverty-stricken family. In this way, you can see that someone is enjoying, someone is suffering. So we have to realize that all these are not happening due to the karma in this life only. Yes, in this life also, we are susceptible to get the results. But sometimes the result comes from the previous life. You can rest assured that in this arrangement of this nature, you have to recognize that in this arrangement of the Lord, there is no discrepancy or fallacy, no injustice. He is simply giving the results according to our actions. He is a witness. The Lord is situated in everyone's heart as the super soul. And He is witnessing all our actions. And as a result of that, we are getting the reactions of our actions. So, when good things happen, we have to recognize that we must have done something good in the past. And when bad things happen, we have to recognize that we must have done something wrong in the past. As a result of that, we're getting these bad reactions. So, you see, no life is full of all happiness and no life is full of suffering. The degree of happening may be more in certain individuals' case, and the degree may be less in some individuals' case. But life is actually a combination of both happiness and distress. And we have to understand that it's all due to our own doing.
A real leader wants committed, intelligent, dedicated individuals as his followers. When Napoleon was building the army, he was not interested about some bunch of fools and cheap admirers. His concern was, if you are prepared to give your life for me, then you join me. Same is with Guru Gobind Singh. His challenge was, his offer was, who is prepared to give his life? Dharma is in danger. Who is prepared to save Dharma? In order to save Dharma, prepared to give his life. And those who stepped forward, with him, he created his army, Khalsa. So a real leader is interested about sincere followers. He doesn't care about some stupid, cheap admirers. And that's how Srila Prabhupada created ISKCON. Those who are prepared, those who are joining ISKCON, they must be determined in their purpose. they must be prepared to sacrifice themselves to join the army of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by offering ourselves, we'll gain ourselves. By offering ourselves, we'll achieve immortality.
What kind of personalities are priceless due to their nature? The one who accepts the instructions in the heart. Why Srila Prabhupada is so special among all his god brothers? Did it ever occur to you? Many of them are very scholarly. I had the good fortune of meeting some of Prabhupada's very, very advanced god brothers. And they're brilliant personalities. I was very fortunate to have a lot of mercy from them also. Brilliant personalities. But what made Srila Prabhupada stand out among all of them? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was surrounded by sannyasis. He gave sannyas to 27 disciples. He was surrounded by all these advanced devotees. Some of them were not even sannyasi, but extremely brilliant. So brilliant that when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was known for his scholarship, and if he got stuck with some shloka, he couldn't actually remember it. This devotee, this disciple, recited that shloka. So brilliant. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had literally many luminaries among his disciples. But what was so special about Srila Prabhupada? Remember, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told about Srila Prabhupada? He is very keen to hear. He is very keen to hear. That means whatever Srila Prabhupada heard from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he just accepted it wholeheartedly within his heart. And that's why we can see that Prabhupada understood Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's teachings in a perfect way. All those scholarly disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur couldn't understand his actual mission, his actual idea, his actual objective. But Srila Prabhupada did. And that's why when Gaudiya Math practically fell apart, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's spirit was revived through ISKCON. ISKCON is actually the continuity of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mission. He started Gaudiya Math. Unfortunately, Gaudiya Math fell apart. And Srila Prabhupada actually is continuing the mission. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to fulfill Mahaprabhu's prediction. And what is the prediction? Every town and village all over the world. So there was a need to take the mission outside. What he could not accomplish during his time, although he sent some of his disciples out of India to England and Europe. But Srila Prabhupada actually took the mission out of India to America. And then it spread all over the world. Now, if ISKCON is not the continuity of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mission, then what is? If ISKCON is not the continuity of fulfillment of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction, then what is? So we can see a real disciple accepts the instructions of the spiritual master in his heart, makes it his whole life's mission. And that is why Prabhupada was so outstanding. The first instruction, what's the first vow? The most important vow we take when we come to Krishna consciousness. 16 vows. And then 4 regulative principles and other things. Right? If we adhere to these vows properly, the joy of Krishna consciousness will be experienced. And that will make us
more and more committed. Like, you see, it is not an artificial thing that we are cultivating. We are cultivating a natural way to enjoy this particular. So when you get the taste, therefore there is a consideration of rasa, taste. So when you get the taste, then automatically you will want to do it.
Whatever we are doing should have a specific purpose, right? And when Arjuna is saying karmanne bhadhikarasti ma phaleshu kadachanam, Krishna is actually pointing out that Arjuna, just do your duty. Don't worry about the result. Rather, that part is the most important aspect, which is offer the results unto me. That means act on my behalf, act as my agent or act as my representative. Like this point has been further clarified by Krishna when he says, Jat karosi, jadas nasi, jat juhosi dadasi jat, jat tapushoshi konteya, tat purusha madarvana. Jat karosi, whatever you do. Jad asnasi, whatever you eat. Jad juhosi, whatever you offer in sacrifice. Dadasi jat, whatever you give in charity. Jat tapasoshi, whatever austerities you perform. Tat purusha madarpana. Do it as an offering to me. So that is the ultimate goal.
We must remember that we have joined ISKCON, we have come to Krishna consciousness simply to study the scriptures. Actually, everything else is secondary. The most important thing is to study the scriptures and get the proper understanding about the spiritual life. We have other service, yes, but service is also important. The most important thing is to study the Vedic scriptures. Therefore, the best thing would be to carry the books with you all the time. Carry the books. Whenever you get the time, just open it up and read. But nowadays what happens? Let's face facts. Only Bhagavatam class we read the books. Otherwise, we don't have the time. And the temple should be thankful to us that we are chanting 16 rounds. Temple authorities should be thankful that we are rendering some service. No, temple authorities are not like our supervisors.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came simply to teach us the process of service. Shikhai Sharanagati. Shikhai means teachings. Sharanagati, the process of service. And Bhakotero Pran. Now this is the important expression. Pran means life. And Bhakati means devotion. What is the life and soul of devotion? Sadhana. The process of devotion is entirely based on sadhana. Shikhaya Sharanagati. And when you surrender, then what happens? Then Krishna reciprocates. We surrender, Krishna reciprocates.
If you're too old to render service, then it's another thing. Like Prabhupada said, service now, samadhi later. That means when you get old, then maybe you won't be able to render service so actively. But then again, you don't stop serving. When the body is incapacitated and is not able to serve, then the service will be executed through mind. Service should never stop. One should continue to serve all the time. When the body is active, yes, we serve with the body. When the body is incapacitated, then we serve with our mind. And this is how we will come to our spiritual platform. The service should never stop. And the other thing is that, and for the sake of service, we should not stop chanting.
Just mentioned about different devas. Yes, we understand that they are the controllers of different aspects of the universe. But one very popular such deva is Ganesh. Can you please tell us why he is so popular? not only different departments are controlled by different devas in the universe, but also different aspects. Now, Ganesh is a deva or a divine personality who actually removes the impediments from the path of prosperity and success. Therefore, Ganesh is called Bigna Binashan. Bigna means obstacles, impediments, and Binashan means destroyer. So, Ganesh actually removes all the impediments from the path of our activities. And when those impediments are removed, then success becomes easy. That is why worshipping of Ganesh is so popular. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of every spiritual activity, Ganesh is worshipped. Because the activity needs to be successful, and in order to achieve success, Ganesh removes the impediments. That's why Ganesh is worshipped. And now here also we have to understand that you see all these devtas are actually devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like about Ganesh, it has been described, how did Ganesh get this ability to remove all the impediments? It said, Jat pada pallava jugang binidhaya kumbha. Holding two lotus feet of the Lord on his head, Ganesh has acquired Bignan bihantum alamasya jagatrayasya. He has acquired the ability to remove all the impediments from upper, middle, and lower worlds. Yes, there are three worlds. There are upper worlds, the heavenly planets, then middle world, this earth planet, and lower world, the Patala Lokas, the lower planetary systems. And Ganesh actually removes all the impediments from the path of success from all the living entities in these three worlds. Therefore, he is worshipped in all three worlds. In the higher planetary systems he is worshipped, in these planetary systems he is worshipped, and in lower planetary systems also he is worshipped. Because by worshipping him, by pleasing him, by achieving his benediction, one can become free from all the impediments, from the endeavor they are making. And that's how the endeavors become successful.
If Krishna makes a comfort zone for somebody, let him live in that comfort zone. And if Krishna creates a distress zone for me, so let me be in the distress zone. So what's the harm? That's Krishna's arrangement. To be submissive means just accepting everything the way it is and trying to improve my quality, trying to improve myself. Not the ant thinking, why the elephant is getting so much food. The ant is not thinking, don't I have more than enough? I have more than enough. So why should I worry about how much the elephant has? So that is Krishna's arrangement. I am an ant, Krishna gave me 1 grain. And he is an elephant, Krishna gave him 100 kilos. And bottom line is, Krishna has given more than enough for everyone.
Bhakti Charu Swami has some importance because he is connected to Srila Prabhupada. And that is his importance. If he is not connected to Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Charu Swami will be another face in the crowd. And Bhakti Charu Swami has some importance because he is a part of ISKCON. You all are a part of ISKCON, and we are parts of ISKCON, and as a result of that, we have a relationship. So this is how we actually have to fully recognize the importance of Srila Prabhupada in our lives. Who is Srila Prabhupada? Let's not be sentimental. Let's be reasonable. Let's assess it properly with due analysis and reasoning. And when we do that, then immediately we get to see who Prabhupada is. Who has ever spread Krishna consciousness or any kind of doctrine all over the world in 10 years' time? Can you think of anybody who has so effectively has done that? Srila Prabhupada has done that. Who has written such volumes of books with such profound spiritual clarity? Srila Prabhupada. Like in all respects, we see that Srila Prabhupada is an unique personality. And with the passing of time, Srila Prabhupada's glory and Srila Prabhupada's greatness will become more and more obvious. A time will come when people will recognize fully how great Srila Prabhupada actually is. Today we are seeing the greatness of Jesus Christ. Just imagine what was the condition of Jesus when he was alive. They wanted to kill him. Then even after that, consider how Jesus was being seen. If anybody was found having any connection with Jesus Christ, they were persecuted, even killed. And it took 2000 years for the world to recognize Jesus the way they're recognizing him today. Give Srila Prabhupada 2000 years and you will see. So many people will come and go, but Srila Prabhupada's greatness will be shining forth. It's something like when you move away from a high mountain. When you're very close to a high mountain, you don't see the height of the mountain. You can't measure or you can't figure out the height of the mountain. Sometimes a small little hill will obscure the vision of the mountain. But when you move away, then what happens? All those small hills disappear, one after another. And then from a distance you see the height of the mountain. So that is what will happen. So many people will come and go, and in course of time they all will phase out. But Srila Prabhupada's greatness will become more and more prominent.
How to appreciate Kirtan? The thing is, first of all, we have to understand what Kirtan means. The Kirtan means glorification of Krishna. And when we chant these glories of Krishna, then Krishna hears and Krishna becomes pleased. In this age of Kali, Krishna descended himself in the form of the holy name. Therefore, we are getting an opportunity to associate with Krishna through the chanting of his name or Kirtan. Somebody passes away, then if we think, well, why Krishna made it happen like that? Then am I being submissive to Krishna or am I trying to control Krishna? Why Krishna did that? Is that the submissive attitude or the controlling attitude? To be submissive means accepting whatever Krishna's plan is, whatever Krishna's desire is. If I think, well, why Krishna did that, that means I'm trying to control Krishna. I'm expecting that everything should happen according to my desire. When I want somebody to stay, he should stay, and only when I want somebody to leave, he should leave. Now, is that a submissive attitude? To be surrendered means accepting whatever Krishna wants. Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tuhara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. We'd like to welcome everyone to today's 6th Tirobhav celebrations of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai. We'll be hearing more of Maharaj in the next couple of hours from various devotees. Today is also the Tirubhav day of Srila Sanatana Goswami. Haribol, Srila Sanatana Goswami Maharaj ki jai. It was in 1558 when Sanatana Goswami left this world. And we all know the immense contribution he has made towards Krishna consciousness. But one highlight is today is also, as we all know, the Muriya Purnima, and there's literally tens and thousands of devotees do the parikrama of Govardhan. And that's because of Sanatana Goswami. We all know this story, but his Tirubhav is also today. So we're celebrating that as well. Today's program is as follows. For next couple of hours, we'll be hearing glorification remembrances from various devotees. And then around 1:45, we will go to the Samadhi area where Pushpanjali and Arati will take place. And after that, after 20-30 minutes, we'll come back here for a grand feast in honor of Bhakti Charu Swami and in honor of Srila Sanatana Goswami. So now, without delay, we'll start our remembrances and glorification of Bhakti Charu Swami. We will have His Grace Panchagoda Prabhu first. Then we'll have Mukunda Datta Prabhu, who he has other engagements. And then we'll invite Mahadevi Mataji to come. Thank you. So Panchagoda Prabhu sent a video message. We'll play that now.
His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki jai. I've known Bhakti Charu Maharaj for many years. I remember when I was in Vrindavan in the 90s, would meet him in Govardhan, Kusum Sarovra, various places, doing the Abhay Charan film. Maharaj was always very kind, spoke beautiful philosophy. He also sang beautiful kirtan, bhajans. We were in Atlanta several years ago, and he was making plans how to have a reunion of all the senior devotees and how to bring people back to the shelter of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness. So I see Vaishnava was very compassionate, came to Prabhupada, cooked for Prabhupada, served Srila Prabhupada, very dedicated to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. This is a perfect example of Acharya, of Guru, someone who is helping to carry out the mission of his spiritual master, also the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakti Charu Maharaj is very special. He gave his mercy to his godbrothers, also giving guidance to his disciples, enlivening everyone who has the good fortune of being in his presence. So to remember and glorify the Vaishnava is the business of the Krishna consciousness movement. Srila Prabhupada would always give credit to his godbrothers, of course to the senior acharyas, very humbly appreciating all their services. So I'm sure that Srila Prabhupada very much appreciated Bhakti Charu Maharaj's surrender, his wonderful service, and his contribution to spreading Krishna consciousness, making the movie, giving personal guidance, setting the example, exemplary example by giving wonderful Bhagavad-Gita, singing the glories of the holy name, and teaching serious devotional service, bhakti-yoga. So this is our good fortune that Srila Prabhupada brought this message to the whole world, and that Bhakti Charu Maharaj assisted him in so many ways. So today's a good day. Remember the wonderful achievements and the blessings and mercy of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki jai. Thank you very much. Very close friend, worshipable, and very much appreciated with gratitude. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Panchagoda Prabhu. Can we now invite Mukunda Datta Prabhu to come and say a few words?
Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Padetanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nihitananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivajari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki. So today is a very special day. Ashar Mas Purnima Tithi. Today we also take Sankalpa to follow Chaturmas. So today, Disappearance Day of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and also Sanatan Goswami was well known in Braj. He was guiding so many Brajavasis. Today is also known as Guru Purnima Vyas Purnima. It is actually the appearance day of Srila Vyasadev. And therefore on this day, all the acharyas of all the sampradayas and even the acharyas from the Shankaracharya Sampradaya, because they study the scriptures also, they show respect to Vyasadev, and that is actually Vyasa Puja, as Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur have explained, that you worship our spiritual master, the previous acharyas, and then, of course, Vyasadev and his disciples, Panchatattva and previous acharyas from our sampradaya, the four acharyas of the four sampradayas, and so on, and of course, and also ultimately Sisi Radha and Krishna, our Ishtadev. So I had the good fortune of meeting His Holiness many times. First time I met him was 1981 during Gaur Purnima festival in Mayapur, and where all the devotees meet, celebrating the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so, and then we had heard about him from the devotees, how he met Srila Prabhupada in maybe 1976, and Prabhupada empowered pure devotee of Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. He recognized His Holiness to be a perfect Bengali gentleman, devotee, and so therefore he quickly gave him first initiation, second initiation, and sannyas initiation. I believe within 1 year, right? Within 1 year. So only very few, they so quickly got initiation. The other one of them was Govinda Maharaj. So Prabhupada recognized him as a pure devotee, and so he immediately then engaged him in his personal service also, and he instructed him to translate his books in Bengali language. And so I very clearly remember also whenever we used to go towards Mayapur, and His Holiness was staying in Kolkata with a group of devotees, not so far from Albert Road Temple, but not in the temple, so he could work on the translation of Prabhupada's books in Bengali language. And so on. We could see that he was a wonderful devotee, endowed with all the qualities naturally of a Vaishnav, fully surrendered to Krishna as a sannyasi with body, mind and words. And he was speaking very nicely about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, Krishna's pastimes, the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And as it is natural for a Vaishnav is always joyful. So whenever we met him, so we see him always smiling and laughing and speaking very gently, perfect gentleman. And his kirtans were very nice, and his bhajan, he has a very sweet voice, as many of the Bengalis have. Also in Bengal, actually, many Vaishnavas, many Bengalis, actually, they know how to cook. As even Prabhupada, of course, he was an expert cook, as a pure devotee. And similarly, His Holiness was also an expert cook. And so I had the good fortune of meeting him many times in Mayapur, Kolkata, Vrindavan Dham also, and also actually in Europe, specifically in Switzerland. He used to come to Switzerland, to Zurich. There's another temple near the capital, Langenthal, so I met him there also. He has quite some disciples he had in Switzerland. So, and Switzerland is a small country, so we know each other, all the devotees. And also, so he was famous for making the film about Srila Prabhupada, and he used to come here to Vrindavan, also filming here. And then of course, he was in the beginning mostly staying in Mayapur, and together with Japatak Maharaj taking care of Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir, and then developing Mayapur. But then of course, he was then preaching all over the world, especially also in England. He has disciples there also. He's well known in America. Also disciples are there, even in Africa, South Africa, he used to go. And of course in India. And then especially he went to Ujjain, Avantipur, and he made a very beautiful temple there of Sisi Gaurnitai, Radha Madan Mohan, and Krishna Balaram, and there's a deity of Sandipani Muni there also. And I believe they installed also Nrsingadev there. I haven't been lately, so but that's what we heard. So, and we heard that very quickly he built the temple within, I believe, 1 year, 9 months. A huge temple in 9 months. It is almost, yeah, we can say it is incredible. And then beautiful guest houses there, and so facilities are there for preaching and holding ceremonies. Actually, I used to go a lot to Madhya Pradesh, first of all for preaching. 1980 when I joined here, I used to go to Rajasthan, UP, and also a lot of times to Madhya Pradesh, and there was no temple at that time. But then, so temple was built by Maharaj, beautiful temple, and many times I've been invited there to perform marriage ceremonies. So I have gone there many times. So it is a beautiful temple. So wonderful devotee. And then also one thing that the disciples of His Holiness, all the disciples I know, they are very wonderful devotees, sweet devotees. Many brahmacharis and grihastas also, and ladies also. And they're all wonderful devotees, just like His Holiness. So we have good memories of him, and yes, so we pray for His mercy on this day, so that personally myself and all of you, that we may advance more and more in Krishna consciousness, so we may develop love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and pure love for Sisi Radha and Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki, Sisi Gaurnitai ki, Sisi Krishna Balaram ki, Sisi Radha Shyama ki, Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mukunda Datta Prabhu. Now can we invite Mahadevi Mataji to come and say a few words. Just a point Mukunda Datta Prabhu mentioned about Prabhupada giving sannyas to Bhakti Charu Swami. In fact, it was just after 3 months of him getting first and second initiation together. After 3 months, he was given the sannyas diksha. And also, when he opened, actually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur visited Ujjain in 1932-33, and he wanted to establish a Gaudiya Math there. And it wasn't done until when Bhakti Charu Swami opened a temple in Ujjain.
Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Bhakti Charu Swami ki, Mam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane, Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Paskachade Shatarane. To each of the Vaishnavas here, Vanchakalpatubhischa, Kripasindhu Bhyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. So on this glorious day of the disappearance of Srila Sanatana Goswami, coinciding with Bhakti Charu Maharaj's disappearance, we can't help but reflect how the qualities of a pure devotee are very much obvious when we hear them speak. When you hear, that attracted all of us to Srila Prabhupada. We had never heard anyone speak like Srila Prabhupada, and so many references to the Shastra. So we see that His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami also repeated what Srila Prabhupada said and gave his whole life to serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. And this is a pure devotee who is ahaitukiya pratiyata. He's unmotivated, and he simply wants to serve the spiritual master, the lords, and the devotees with love. I remember one time I was at a seminar Maharaj gave in Mayapur. It was maybe 15 years ago. And the seminar was on loving exchanges. And I remember Maharaj saying, don't be afraid of the word love. Our tendency is to identify the word love with the material concept. But we have so many references: loving exchanges, loving devotional service, loving Krishna. They asked Prabhupada in Atlanta, Prabhupada, what is the best service? It was a congregation of book distributors from all over the world, 75. We were all there. And that famous lecture where Prabhupada cried about the mercy of Gaura Nitai. So some book distributors asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what is the best service? What pleases you the most? So we were thinking maybe the book distributor wanted to hear something specific about book distribution. But Prabhupada, there was a little pause, and Prabhupada said, to love Krishna. This is the best service. And this was because anybody can love Krishna, not only the book distributors, the pujaris, the managers, the devotees who are very well known, but the less so-called devotees who are not seen so much, the sweepers, the mothers, the devotees who are carrying on in so many ways to push on Prabhupada's mission, and their name is not so much known, but Krishna sees. And Srila Bhakti Charu Swami, he had that kind of vision, seeing Krishna in everyone and everything. We were recently glorifying Lokanath Swami in this way. You see how the pure devotees from the disciplic succession, they manifest these qualities. So I'm always interested in the timeline of different pure devotees in our movement. So we looked at 1945 was when Maharaj was born, 17th of September, 1945, in what is now known as Bangladesh. In 1970 to 76, Maharaj traveled to Germany to study chemistry. He returned to India in search of a genuine spiritual master after becoming dissatisfied with material life. I tried to shorten this to the best of my ability. 1976, this is quite profound to me because I also was very much affected by this book. He read The Nectar of Devotion by Srila Prabhupada, which transformed his life, and he joined ISKCON in Mayapur. 1977, he met Srila Prabhupada at the Kumbh Mela. He was personally instructed by Srila Prabhupada, and of course we know he took that instruction as his life's mission. Translate, Prabhupada said to Maharaj, translate all my books into Bengali. This became Srila Prabhupada's, he became Srila Prabhupada's secretary for Indian affairs. He received his first and second, as we just heard, and sannyas initiation, all personally from Srila Prabhupada. Served intimately in Srila Prabhupada's personal entourage until Prabhupada's disappearance in 77, November 14th. He established the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust work in Kolkata and Mayapur. He completed the monumental translation of Srila Prabhupada's major books into Bengali, fulfilling his guru's direct order. He became a member in 1987 of the ISKCON Governing Body Commission, the GBC, and an initiating spiritual master. He began extensive worldwide preaching. 1995 to 1996, he wrote, produced, and directed the epic television serial called Abhay Charan on the life of Srila Prabhupada. He broadcast nationally on Doordarshan, introducing millions and millions of people to Srila Prabhupada's life and mission. 2005 to 2006, he founded and developed the magnificent ISKCON Ujjain temple. He built the temple, as we heard, in 9 months. Preaching and educational programs he offered from Ujjain. I haven't been there, but I heard it's beautiful, just magnificent, and such a glorious offering to Srila Prabhupada, especially Bhakti Swami Maharaj was very much supported the theater, the drama, the cultural programs. So he built a state-of-the-art theater there, I heard, with a wonderful recording studio to encourage the cultural programs in our movement. Social services. As chairman of the Anamrita Foundation, he helped expand ISKCON's midday meal programs, feeding hundreds and thousands of school children daily, with the wider program serving around 1.7 million children across India. Amazing. Other contributions, he established temples in Panihati and Kuti, or Bangladesh, and a farming community in Dillon, Florida. He authored The Ocean of Mercy, A Search Fulfilled. He authored Ocean of Mercy, A Search Fulfilled. He delivered thousands of inspiring lectures and devotional bhajans that continue to guide devotees worldwide. Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Swami, showed by his life that the perfection of devotion lies in following the spiritual master's instructions and developing loving relationships and service to the assembled Vaishnavas. His translations, preaching, temple building, compassionate outreach, and deep personal example continue to inspire generations of devotees in the service of Srila Prabhupada's mission all over the world. And I just wanted to say, if I could be of any service to Maharaj's disciples, engaging you in our Vrindavan theater, or in any help, my office is always open to everyone and anyone. One thing about Maharaj that really inspired me as well, he was very expert in empowering the Vaishnavis. He encouraged them to sing the kirtan, to put on the cultural programs, which we've seen through the years, how expert the Vaishnavis and the Vaishnavas in this community are pushing on that particular activity that Maharaj wanted to continue. There's one story before I conclude where Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu, our beloved Vibhu Chaitanya, his samadhi, I believe, was the first one. He was cooking. As you know, Prabhupada had given him the mission of never leaving ISKCON, Vrindavan, for 30 years. Vibhu Chaitanya never left. And they had a very loving, Vibhu Chaitanya had a very loving relationship with Srila Prabhupada and with the devotees. So one time after Prabhupada had been sick and he had been fasting buttermilk, I heard only 2 weeks buttermilk. So then he smelled Vibhu Chaitanya's kachoris. And as we know, Prabhupada is kachori mukhi. So he said to Bhakti True Swami, "Get me kachori." So everybody was really nervous because if you eat something fried after 2 weeks of fasting on liquids, that can be very fatal even. So, but Maharaj went downstairs and he told Vibhu Chaitanya what Prabhupada wanted, and immediately Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu put the kachori in the silver kachori, and Maharaj brought it back up, and Prabhupada ate right in front of everyone and relished that kachori. But then he said to Maharaj, Maharaj tells this story himself, "Get me another one." So Maharaj said that everyone was shaking, but he went downstairs and he got the kachori and brought it back to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada relished that kachori. And at that time he made that famous statement, "Don't think your spiritual master is an ordinary man." So we can see in the life of His Holiness Bhakti True Swami, he was very kind. That's another way that his qualities were very similar to Srila Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami was known for his scholarly attributes, but also profound humility. So His Holiness Bhakti True Swami also had that very rare combination, very learned and very humble. And we can aspire to follow in his footsteps. Whenever Maharaj would come here, he was always very personal, always asking me how Chaitanya's doing. My eldest daughter played Malati in the Abai series. There was 6 Western second generation at that time, and they all had a wonderful time with Maharaj in London while filming the Abai series. And all of them had such wonderful experiences, and one of the main things they said about Maharaj is that he took his time to be personal with us. He was being called by so many VIPs and senior devotees, but he would come and sit on the ground with these 6 devotees that were playing the famous 6 devotees in London. So I'm very grateful that I get to glorify such an amazing Vaishnava, and I'm very grateful to serve with many of his disciples here in ISKCON Vrindavan. And thank you, Maharaj, for being so loyal and dedicated to Prabhupada's mission. I pray I can also be like this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji, especially for the dateline of Maharaj. Now we have an offering from Devi Shakti Mataji, which will be read by Radha Sakhi Mataji.
On this most auspicious day of Guru Purnima, we are gathered together to honor a superlative disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. There are many reasons why I deeply respect my beloved God brother, Bhakti Charu Swami, and today I wish to share these thoughts with you all assembled to glorify him. Srila Prabhupada had asked me to see that his books were distributed in Mayapur and Vrindavan. So I requested the GBC in Mayapur to allow me to set up a book table at the temple in Mayapur. It was 1976, and most of the devotees in Mayapur were simple villagers and Bangladeshi refugees. After several attempts to get help, I went again to the GBC and implored them to give me a helper with a brain. A new devotee had recently joined from Kolkata, Bhakta Kishore. They assigned him as my helper. First impressions always last longest. And the first impression I saw him coming from the BBT building, I could understand that here was a highly educated, intelligent young man. Internally, I concluded that if ISKCON was able to attract such a qualified person to join the society, then there was hope for ISKCON in India. He proved to be the very best helper who understood everything needed. And soon the book table was up and running. So I left Mayapur to set up book distribution in Vrindavan. Some months later, Srila Prabhupada fell ill and went to stay in Mayapur. I requested to return to Mayapur to help with his cooking and service, as I had previously done there. But the reply was, "You are not needed." Srila Prabhupada now had a servant who did everything for him. He was cook, servant, and secretary. It sounded impossible, and I wondered who could such a superhuman be. When Srila Prabhupada and his entourage came to Vrindavan, I then saw Bhakta Kishore, soon to be triple initiated, and I understood that yes, he is certainly such a qualified disciple. Then Srila Prabhupada disappeared, and we disciples were submerged in grief and uncertainty. ISKCON underwent many challenges, and though the tests, I learned to trust a few God brothers. Those who were close to Srila Prabhupada, I took shelter of, and amongst them, though we rarely communicated, I appreciated the humble and simple manner in which Bhakti Charu Swami continued to serve Srila Prabhupada. I heard of his victories in preaching around the world and was proud of him. I appreciated his classes whenever he visited Vrindavan and always made sure he was free to serve Srila Prabhupada again by cooking for him in Prabhupada's kitchen. I appreciated his gentlemanly disciples, well-trained and educated, like their Guru Maharaj. In particular, I appreciated that at least on 2 instances when his disciples deviated, he firmly rejected them. He did not hesitate to maintain Srila Prabhupada's standards. I appreciated that he established a temple at Avantipura because it was the desire of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, even though he had immense responsibilities as a GBC member and a guru. I appreciated his consistently humble nature, his depth of scriptural knowledge, his courage to preach around the world and make disciples from all backgrounds, and his ability to solve huge managerial problems such as the new Mayapur situation. In conclusion, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami remains one of my dearmost God brothers, whose shelter I continue to appreciate by seeking help from his well-trained disciples. I see them as his sons and daughters, and myself as their father's sister, always ready to help them too in their Krishna-conscious progress. All glories to Srila Bhakti Charu Swami and his most fortunate, humble disciples who have received the shelter of his lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada for allowing us to serve him together within the spiritual family of ISKCON. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Devi Shakti Mataji and Radha Sakhi Mataji. Now can we invite the couple of devotees who said no, they're very shy. I'll still try whether they like to come and say a few words. One of them is Mahabhavu Prabhu. I know you told me you're shy, but if you like, would you like to? Okay, please. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Prabhu. And there was Gadagraj Prabhu also. Is he still here? Nothing left. Then we'll invite Indranil Mani Prabhu to come, say a few words. He's one of the senior disciples of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. We all know him. He was here, then now he is in Govardhan doing wonderful projects there.
हरे कृष्णा। मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगा क्योंकि मेरा अंग्रेजी उतना अच्छा नहीं है। तो नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति चारु स्वामीति नामिने स्निग्धचेत सुप्रणेत्र बाग्निनांच रसप्रथम प्रभुपाद गत प्राणन नौमि भक्ति चारुपदम। हरे कृष्णा। स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते शाश्वते गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पश्चात। वैष्णव उनके गुणगान करने की जो क्षमता हमें मेरे पास तो है ही नहीं, लेकिन दो शब्द छोटी कुछ शब्दों में मैं व्याख्या करने की प्रयास करूंगा। आप सभी को जो बहुत प्रिय गुरु भ्राता और सभी संबंध है, जो भी जिनके साथ जो भी संबंध है, आपको आप सभी को ही जानकारी है उनके गुणगान के बारे में। फिर भी मैं दो शब्द इसमें जोड़ना चाह रहा हूँ जो मैं उनके शिष्य होने के नाते उनसे जो प्राप्त हुआ। मैं गुरु महाराज को जब पहले से शुरू से जब देखा तो उनमें ये गुण, प्रभुपाद के जो सारे गुण हैं उनमें से सबसे जो एकदम क्लियर जो मुझे दिखा वो है पेरेंटल। जो उनके अंदर जो हैं, जो पिता के गुण, जो एक फैमिली के जो हेड होते हैं उनमें जो गुण होते हैं ना, वो सारे गुण उनके अंदर हमने सबसे पहले देखे। सबको, सभी व्यक्तियों को उनको केयर करना, उनको हर एक व्यक्ति के नाम से उनको जानना, उनके साथ उनको क्या ज़रूरतें हैं, क्या आवश्यकता है, उनको काउंसलिंग करना, उनको प्रेम से बातें करना, ये सारे गुण मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा आकर्षित किए। फिर मैं जब उनसे दीक्षा लिए, दीक्षा के बाद मैं ज़्यादा उनसे संपर्क में नहीं आ पाए क्योंकि वृंदावन में ही रहता था। तो मैं वृंदावन में रह के कुछ सारे प्रोजेक्ट जब कर रहा था तो गुरु महाराज से मैं डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि मैं इस तरह से कुछ सेवाएं कर रहा हूँ और करना चाहता हूँ। तो उसमें से एक विशेष सेवा के लिए मैं यहाँ पर वृंदावन में रहते हुए ही शुरू किए थे, वो हैं गुरुकुल और एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम के ऊपर। तो आज पिछले 1 साल से हम यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, तुलसी वल्लभ प्रभु जी, उनके साथ हमने गुरु महाराज के आदेश से जब मंदिर से मैं बाहर गया कि आपके आदेश हैं कि ISKCON छोड़ के नहीं जाना, तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए। तो गुरु महाराज बोले कि आप जो करना चाह रहे हो वो ISKCON के लिए ही है, ISKCON के बच्चे के लिए है, तो आप बाहर जाके कर सकते हो। तो मैं तुलसी वल्लभ जी के सहयोग लेके ब्रजपाल पाठशाला के नाम से शुरू किए थे। आज ब्रजपाल आचार्य कुलम नाम से वो चल रहा है, जहाँ हम लोग सारे पेरेंट्स को ये शिक्षा देने के प्रयास कर रहे हैं, जहाँ पेरेंट्स को ये शिक्षा मिलते हैं कि संस्कार के आधारित, गर्भधान संस्कार से मुखाग्नि संस्कार तक जो भी जितने सारे संस्कार हैं, ये संस्कार बच्चे को भी संस्कारित करना और उनको संस्कृत आधारित पढ़ाया जा रहा है। और कोई टीचर बनना चाहते हैं उनको भी हम ट्रेन कर रहे हैं। तो इस तरह से एक प्रोजेक्ट के साथ मेरा गुरु महाराज से 2017 में कलकत्ता में डिस्कस हुआ था। तो तभी गुरु महाराज मुझे आदेश किए थे कि ठीक है, आप इसको आगे ले जा सकते हो। तो अभी पिछले 1 साल से हम इसको आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। तो आप लोगों से भी प्रार्थना है कि गुरु महाराज के इस कार्य में मुझे आशीर्वाद करे और सहयोग करे, ताकि हम आने वाला पीढ़ियों को एक अच्छा मार्गदर्शन दे सकते हैं, अच्छा कैरेक्टर दे सकते हैं, जो कि हमारा सोसाइटी में ज़रूरत है। बस इतना ही छोटी सी मैं बस वो तैयारी करके आया था, या तो मेरे पास ही है जो मैं दे पाया। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इंद्रनील प्रभु। Now we'll invite one of the Matajis, maybe Devaki Vallabha Mataji. Mahadevi Mataji is pointing to her. Please come. Okay. Yes, she was in the Abhais. Yes. After that, we'll invite Gauranga Sundar Prabhu. I think he's here. Yeah, to come and say a few words also. There he is, yes. Then Sanak Sanatan Prabhu, then Ishwar Prabhu is here also. Krishna Darshan Prabhu, so many devotees.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev, and all glories to all the senior assembled Vaishnavas. It's definitely a very deep and heavy day for us as disciples, but after listening to so many wonderful glorifications from all the senior God brothers and God sisters of Guru Maharaj, it gives me like a reminder or an awakening call, like, how fortunate we are to be under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. And as we all know that in every birth we get mother and father, but not in every birth that we are fortunate enough to be under the shelter of a glorious parampara and have a wonderful spiritual master. So I'm very, very grateful to my spiritual master, because I grew up in ISKCON Jew from my very childhood, and I was very fortunate to have Guru Maharaj's association, and he was very loving and caring, and usually children, the children's section, they need more time and energy and guidance. And if they are neglected, then they go here and there. But Guru Maharaj had this wonderful quality of connecting to all age groups in the society, whether it was his god brothers, god sisters, children, and even workers. I had a small chance to serve in the Abhay Charan series, and I'm just recollecting because everybody was glorifying how Guru Maharaj did an amazing Abhay Charan series. And I was, I think, in grade 3rd, and around 7 or 8 years old, and we used to have shoots every day, and we had to go at morning 3 o'clock, and then I returned back by 12 in the night, staying at the studio, and it's a long drive. But Guru Maharaj used to come to the sets, and he used to, we were under the care of Prema Manjari Mataji, Dayaram Prabhu's wife, and because we were girls, little girls, so Guru Maharaj made sure that we were taken care by a Mataji, and who knew us, and he spoke to my parents, and he connected to Prema Manjari Mataji. All this is actually just showing how a Vaishnava is supposed to be personal in his service, and the mood of I am doing is like I'm trying to serve rather than I'm trying, I'm doing the best. So I try and pray, and I really pray that I can please my spiritual master by continuing to serve Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas. Thank you, and please bless me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Mataji. Now, Gauranga Sundar Prabhu. After that, we'll invite Jamuna Priya Mataji to come.
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the Vaishnavas assembled here. All the senior Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada's disciples. I am not actually qualified to sit here and glorify Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, but I have been put on the spot, and I am honored to be given a chance to at least try to glorify Maharaj. The thing that comes to my mind, that came to my mind, is today is also the disappearance day of Srila Sanatana Goswami. And as we see in the Shad Goswami Ashtakam, the verse says, Dhira Dhira Jana Priya Priya Karo, which means all the 6 Goswamis were very dear to those who are Dhira, who are self-controlled, and also to the ruffians. And this has been especially said about Sanatana Goswami because he was so dear to everybody in Braj. And in the world of ISKCON, this particular quality probably comes out very much in the case of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Throughout the world of ISKCON, his sweet nature, his qualities attract the hearts of everybody. I never got any close personal association with him. I attended some lectures of Maharaj. But I remember that the closest I felt spiritually with him when news of his imminent departure came. And during that time, I remember that spontaneously and continuously, so much prayers were coming from the heart. I have definitely had the opportunity to pray for many glorious souls, but I think Bhakti Charu Maharaj attracted so much heartfelt connection. There was so much genuine prayers, because when something or someone so valuable is imminently going to be separated, then we actually realize his value. When he's there and around us, we may not actually realize the value. So that's the time when I felt very connected to him. I was constantly praying, but Krishna's desire was, the whole world was praying, the whole world of ISKCON was praying. My Guru Maharaj has always loved all his God brothers, but I always saw that he really adored Bhakti Charu Maharaj. He always called Bhakti Charu Maharaj, like Mahadevi Mataji said, a perfect gentleman. Srila Prabhupada also had said that the quality of a real pure devotee is that he would be a perfect gentleman. And my Guru Maharaj always quotes Bhakti Charu Maharaj as the example of a perfect gentleman. And I would just like to give a small, pastime related to my Guru Maharaj. Once my Guru Maharaj was sick, I heard him tell that he was sick in Mayapur. He suffers from asthma, and he had a especially very heavy bout of asthma. He said that he could almost, he just could not breathe. And at that time, Mayapur did not have much doctors or medicines available, and whatever was given to him was not very effective. So he was suffering a lot for many days. And during that period of time, every day, Bhakti Charu Maharaj would come to him in the night and stay with Guru Maharaj throughout the night. He would sit, he would keep chanting. Guru Maharaj started feeling very embarrassed because he really respects and worships Bhakti Charu Maharaj. So he told Maharaj, ki Maharaj, it's not necessary, because anyway medicines are not acting, but I just have to take rest. There's nothing else I can do. I just have to lie down and try my best to breathe as much as possible. But Bhakti Charu Maharaj told him that no, there's no problem. I'll just be here with you. I will chant with you. I will sit with you. And so for many days, Bhakti Charu Maharaj was with my Guru Maharaj throughout the night, sitting with him, chanting with him, praying for him. So as a realization, Guru Maharaj says, his realization was that devotee care can be planned, protocols can be set, strategies can be made for devotee care. But the real essence of devotee care is the care from the heart that we feel for a devotee. And this And this example was, he said, given to him. He learnt it from Bhakti Charu Maharaj. So on this day, I would like to pray to Bhakti Charu Maharaj's lotus feet. His most sparkling example of unalloyed service to Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, is what touches my heart. And I pray to him for a speck of that quality of Guru Nishtha, for a speck of that quality of Nishtha towards lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, and the way he so lovingly served Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your offering, and especially for the wonderful pastime about devotee care. Very touching. Now, Jamuna Priya, please come and say a few words.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimati Radhanath Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti-Charu Swami Niti Namine. Snigdha Cheta Supraneta Vagmi Namcha Rasaplutam Prabhupada Gata Prana Nomi Bhakti-Charu Padam. So I think I'll probably start with some stories. We were very fortunate that my husband and me, Guru Maharaj asked. I'm very fortunate actually that I have two Guru Maharajas, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Guru Maharaj and His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. So we were in England, and then Maharaj asked my husband to leave England and come and serve in the Ujjain project, and I think this was 2006. And then he said to me that, what are you actually doing in England? You're just working to pay the bills. And I was like nodding my head really hard, because that's exactly how it was feeling in England. So then we moved to Ujjain. In 2006, we actually left England. We wound up our situation and we moved. And then, so what happened was that I was really very happy that we are in Ujjain, and it was a different life altogether. I was not doing a 9-to-5 job anymore, and I was beginning to live my dream, because Prabhuji and me, we had already come to India, and we had done a 6-month pilot period to see whether India would be the place we would like to retire. So luckily at the age of 35, I managed to retire, which was really good. So we were in Ujjain, but then Maharaj had a project in Gurgaon. So he very quickly announced that now they will move to Gurgaon. And only I know how shattered I felt. And my husband was happy, because this was a project which was dear to Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. So I was weeping actually, and this was announced on his Vyasa Puja day. So then Maharaj said that, oh, it's okay. In the class next day he goes, Jamuna Priya will go and set her husband up in Gurgaon, and then she will come back to Ujjain. So we came to Vrindavan, me and a few Matajis, and then I had a realization that being a wife, my position is to be where my husband is and serve. So I went up to Guru Maharaj and I said, no, Maharaj, I will go and be with Prabhuji. I was a little immature, I guess, at that time, to think that I wanted to come back to Ujjain. So while we were in Gurgaon, it was really very, very nice, because whenever Guru Maharaj would leave the country to go to the west and then come back, he would come and stay where we were staying. Just one little story is that Maharaj was extremely personal. Many devotees would come to visit Maharaj. And of this company, actually, I remember, it was an AMG company, Alcock Makfar, I can't remember the G. And there was some very important person who was going to come home. So Maharaj wanted me to really cook very lavishly to treat him. He was a white-bodied some important official person. So he asked me that, do you know how to make naan? And I said, no, Maharaj. I've never considered myself a big cook. I just cook because we must eat, and I try to do my best. I cooked to the best of my ability, and we had set up a menu. Maharaj was saying, we're going to make, so you make Punjabi because we're Punjabis. So there was like a variety of things. And then Maharaj told me that it was very nice, and he was happy about that, about how the cooking went. And while Maharaj was staying there, Maharaj once needed to go to the Delhi temple, Radhapat Sarti, to give a class. So now I'm sharing how I got told off. So I'm not fast in doing things. So Maharaj, I mean, it was my duty, my service to cook and feed all the devotees. And then in the end, I would take prasad. And within a small gap, it would be time to cook again the evening prasad. So, but that day, Maharaj wanted to go for the class. So I was, after finishing everything, it was only my husband, me, and Maharaj. Then I quickly took prasad, and then I needed to get ready. And Maharaj has always been extremely punctual. He does not lie. Hare Krishna. Should I stop or should I continue? Sorry, Maharaj. So I was late, and Maharaj was saying, what's taking you so long? So Maharaj was very clear in his expression. He had a heart his heart was soft as butter, still is, but when he had to give the sauce, he didn't mince his words. So he said, what's taking you so long? I said, Maharaj, I'm just getting ready. I have to put this sari on. So Maharaj said, hurry up, we're getting late for the class. So anyway, we managed to reach, and I think we were there just in the nick of time, and I wasn't aware how punctual Maharaj was. So then all of that happened, and we came home, and then Maharaj was really relaxed, and he said, so what do we have to eat? And I thought, oh my God, I didn't cook anything because we were there, so how could I cook? So I said, well, Maharaj, we have this oven, so I can make some toast. And Maharaj was like very, relaxed, and he said, yeah, so maybe you can put some cheese on the bread. I said, yes, Maharaj, and I can put some tomatoes. And then I said, Maharaj, I'll put some salt and pepper and some herbs. So then I'll grill it. And he said, yeah, that sounds really good. So it was very, very relaxed. And that's how Maharaj used to be. So on our fridge, we have fridge magnets. We like to collect them as souvenirs. So I had been to Slovenia. So this is on another day, and Maharaj would come and stay for a good few days, and he would just relax because he was so extremely busy giving himself fully for the Ujjain project. So whenever he was leaving the country, or coming back, that would be like his, quote unquote, like, just to have some time for himself. So Maharaj was just looking around, and then he saw that fridge magnet. And then he just started, he said, oh, Slovenia, do you want to hear a story about Slovenia? And I'm like, yes, Maharaj. So this is like after the whole day is done, and we're just sitting by the dining table like a family it used to be. And Maharaj would just sit at the head chair, and he would just stretch his legs and like really be very relaxed. So then he was sharing this story how he was in Slovenia when he was hitchhiking or something. So I'm very bad with like chronological kind of, details. So at some point Maharaj went to Slovenia, and then he was a young boy, and one man, and my memory also doesn't serve well after 3 COVIDs, Corona thing. So Maharaj, this person said to Maharaj, would you like to come and stay with me in a hotel, and I'll show you what Slovenia is like? So Maharaj was telling us that, yeah, he said yes. So it must have been dark when Maharaj actually reached Slovenia. So he was telling how he goes into the hotel and he's sleeping, and then the day begins, it's like dawn, and, the day breaks. And then the hotel room had like big glass windows, how you can have like ceiling to bottom windows. So then the curtains were open, And Maharaj was saying, there I saw the mountains and the sun was rising and it was so beautiful. So he was sharing this with such innocence and purity of how this thing happened. So that was one little story. And I had a habit of asking a lot of questions. And I remember then when we were in England, for a patron's trip, we had come to Mayapur. And Maharaj took such care of us. I mean, like Gauranga Sundar Prabhu, you were sharing about, like, you know, devotee care, and his Vaishnava etiquette was like paramount, like creme de la creme. So how he served us all, we were in disbelief, because he had these pattas, you know, like banana leaves, and, you know, we were like, wow, this is so exotic. And then he sat us all down in a line, and then and he was standing there like, you know, how you have in an orchestra, the instructor who tells what to do, what to bring next. And then they were bringing preps after preps after preps, and they were like small amounts. And we could not believe how much was coming on that leaf. And then he was looking at all of us down the alley, and he was seeing how happy all of us were. And he was happy seeing us really enjoying ourselves. So we would close the leaf, and then he would say, no, more is coming. And we were like, no, Maharaj, we can't really handle anymore. And then we were like, you know, a little, how do you say, like, we can't do this any longer. And Maharaj was like smiling, seeing us being uncomfortable, because he was really happy how much was being served. So then Maharaj was, I had that first experience when there was, we were all sitting together in the evening in his room, and everybody was asking, Maharaj gave a class, and then I started asking questions. And that was the first time in my life when I actually understood how creation has taken place. So I was asking questions after questions. It was like a to and fro between me and Maharaj. And then Maharaj said, so are you satisfied? And I said, yes, Maharaj, thank you so much. And then fast forward back in Ujjain, I was asking questions in a class, and Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, I have 5 questions. And then he goes, only 5, Chimana Priya? And then like the whole temple room was like laughing. So he was very sweet and very, very personal. And sometimes Maharaj would share, to my surprise, when we would be upstairs in his quarters, he would share very personal things with me, and I would think, like, Maharaj actually said that? So once he saw from his room, one Mataji was talking to brahmacharis. So then Maharaj looked at me and he said, why is she talking to brahmacharis? And I'm like, yes, Maharaj, yeah, this doesn't really feel right. But this Mataji is a very, very motherly Mataji, and she has an extremely motherly relationship with the brahmacharis. But Maharaj was feeling this way. So then I just said, Maharaj, I don't remember actually what I said after that, but I just seconded what he said. Maharaj had this mood of leadership, and he gave a leadership seminar, and he was explaining how a leader's role is not to control, but a leader actually empowers the other person to lead. And that was very, very refreshing. And then Maharaj was sharing with me once how he wanted an IT park to be developed in Ujjain. So he was saying, you know why I want to do this? And I was like, please tell me, Maharaj. And he says, you know, all the youth of India, they are getting educated, and they are so intelligent, but then they go to the West, and they share, the West actually, you know, they're offering all their intelligence and all their hard work, and all the parents that have invested so much money in them in the education. And who gets the benefit? The West does. So I want to make this IT park so that we can create amazing software, because actually all the Indians are the ones who are doing it, and we all know that. And he said, I want all the Pandavasena, all the youth to be absorbed, for their skills to be absorbed and utilized in India. So another one time, should I stop or? Okay, so then I'll just share. I'll share a funny story. There's so many stories. So once Maharaj, whenever he would travel, then I would cook, and he was telling me, you know how you have these foil containers, like square ones? Square ones. So he said to me, so this is what you make for me for the journey. You put in 1/3 of the section, there should be rice. And in the other section, there should be paneer sabji. And I'm forgetting what the third one was. And then he said, you also make calzone for me. So I said, Maharaj, I've never made calzone. So then he told me the recipe. And I hope I remember this. He said there's 1 part spinach, 1 part aubergine, and I think half a part of paneer. So then you make it. And then I said, Maharaj, what do you want me to make for the dough? And he said, you can make, because he was on a diet at that time. So he said, you can make it with jawar atta. So I said, Maharaj, I'll make it with jawar atta, but it's very brittle, etc. So he said, you make some with the jawar atta and you make some with the plain atta. So I did that. So I did exactly how he told me. And the calzones turned out to his liking. So when he came back, he told me, you know what? Your calzones were even better than, I forget his cook's name, who used to cook for him, starts with an S. Shrivas Prabhu. So he said, your calzones, you beat Shrivas to it. I said, no, Maharaj, I don't even know how to cook. He said, I'm telling you, because when he cooks, he mixes everything up, but you didn't mix the mixture, you kept them as they were. So he really liked it. So then Maharaj, I said, you know, Maharaj, before this happened, this is when he came back, he was telling me this. And then beforehand, before he was leaving, I was saying, Maharaj, you know what I'm going to cook in? And he said, what? I said, Maharaj, I have this oven, which I've got from Janava, who used to live in Vrindavan, so we specially made a trip. And in those days, the ovens were like a big metallic box, and it had a door, and it had like a hole at the bottom, and you just stick it on the gas. So, and I was showing this to Maharaj. I said, look, Maharaj, it has a hole at the bottom. And then Maharaj was really laughing, and he said, yeah, what do you expect but to get a contraption from some Punjabi village? And I said, no, Maharaj, this is what they use. They bake for Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan, and I just got that. So now I'll wind up. So Maharaj was a through and through Prabhupada man. Some of you may know that Maharaj, whenever it was his Vyasa Puja in Ujjain, he used to hold a yajna in the morning where he would make us sit down. And he would make us take a vow that we would never leave ISKCON. And I had one of the services of doing, taking care of the children in the Sunday school. So I had a banner made up, and Maharaj was doing the rounds, and he said, you know, you don't call it, no, it was actually, we were celebrating his Vyasa Puja. So he said, on the banner, you should write Prabhupada Memorial Festival. So, Maharaj also established the position of Srila Prabhupada within ISKCON as the preeminent guru. And I was remembering how when Prabhupada left, Maharaj was so unconsolable, and he went into hiding. And I remember Krishna Kishore Prabhu said this in one of his offerings. And we all know this, that Maharaj actually wanted to stay in the Samadhi when Prabhupada was being put into Samadhi. So he wasn't coming out, and he had to be pulled out. And Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he hid himself in a room. And forgive me if I'm getting the details mixed, but Tamal Krishna Maharaj had to say to him, you come out of this room now, because now you have to serve. You have to serve your Guru's instruction. And then Maharaj came out. And Maharaj actually proved to serve Srila Prabhupada's instruction in unprecedented ways, like Mahadevi Mataji and Gauranga Sundar Prabhu reminded us how that temple was made in 9 months. And he had many multifarious projects, D-Land and the Ramabars and the AMG, so many. So when we were to move to Ujjain, my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj said that, I asked him, I said, Maharaj, he said, I got to know that you're going to Ujjain, and I'm so happy for you. And I said, Maharaj, what is your instruction to me? He said, I will be pleased if you please Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So, and I tried in whatever insignificant ways I could. So I've been bottled up for a very long time, actually, because when Maharaj came to Vrindavan, this was in 2017, I was going through a lot of difficulty, both physical and mental. So I never went to see Maharaj even for one day. He did a whole yatra. And I didn't go for one day of that yatra. So we went to see Maharaj in Narahari Prabhu's house because he was staying there. And then Maharaj said to me, as if this must have been the last meeting, I don't know. So he said to me, Jamuna Priya, is there anything you want to say? And I was going through mental block, so I said, no, Maharaj. So then all of this COVID thing happened. And then Krishna Kishore Prabhu was telling us how, I'm jumping back to now the COVID situation. So then Krishna Kishore Prabhu was telling us how 3 times he cancelled Maharaj's ticket because he didn't want Maharaj to go. And then Maharaj finally said to him, if you're going to cancel my ticket, I'll book it myself. So then Maharaj did end up going. So Maharaj actually said that if I'm going to die, I want to die on the battlefield serving Srila Prabhupada. So he did exactly that. And then Maharaj left his body, and me and Krishna Das, my friend's son, when Maharaj's body was being flown in, he had some tracking mechanism from one of his relatives where we were actually moment to moment tracking the plane, which countries it's covered, and now it's entered into India, and now it's coming into Mayapur. And finally Maharaj arrived in Mayapur. And I just felt, Guru Maharaj, that when you left, I lost a part of my heart. And I don't think it ever came back. So I never told you how much I loved you and what you meant to all of us. But thank you for placing us. He placed us in Vrindavan before he left, because my husband's TB service came to a conclusion. So then after a year or so, he said, now you're going to go to Vrindavan. So it was you, Guru Maharaj, who fulfilled our dream, because from England we thought we were going to shift to Vrindavan, but then there was an 11-year detour in Ujjain, and I'm so grateful for that. So you taught us, Maharaj, how to lead a devotee life, how to be surrendered to Prabhupada, and you died on the battlefield. So today I beg you that please also empower me so I may do some insignificant service for the pleasure of your Guru Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki
jai. Thank you very much, Jamuna Priya. Now can we invite Sanak Sanatan Prabhu to come share his experiences in Ujjain especially.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai. So it is Guru Purnima, Sanatan Goswami Disappearance Day. So it is a very auspicious day. Maharaj has chosen to leave his body, and I came to India and to Vrindavan on that day long back. So that day is also responding with me. The first time I heard Maharaj's classes in Mayapur, and here and there's a first personal situation we had. I can't remember what was the reason, but I was called, Maharaj was staying in MBT. I think some disciple had an apartment there, and we came there, and it was pizza party out of all things. And I was very surprised, you know, the Maharaj loving the pizza, and I was very interested how this is made, and they showed me how he has this pizza machine. He was himself talking about it, Now I also have one. So, yeah. And then next time when I had a lot of association is when Ujjain Kumbh Mela came. I already had done 2 Kumbh Melas in Ujjain when there was no temple. And we were struggling a lot. We were just suffering. There was nobody there to help us. We were just somehow or another trying to get our camp together. And then once a sudden we come and there's a big temple and there's a Swami and there's so many devotees and brahmacharis. Vimal Krishna Prabhu was the temple president at that time. And we could see Maharaj had a very big vision. He put up this full dome. He had like, this is like a projector which is it is like 3-dimensional. Mayapur has one now. Maybe some of you have seen it already. It is a projector. When you sit in there, it looks lifelike. You can see the universe. It feels 3-dimensional. So he had brought this machine from the West that was also very costly. And then he had brought Bengali pandalwalas who made this huge pandal which had that huge dome to facilitate that. And he made a big gate. So he had a lot of vision and he was pursuing that vision. And very interesting also this word devotee care was mentioned. I remember he would always, when we had a meeting or something, then upstairs next to his personal quarters, he had one big hall, and then he would call us there, and then there would be a big feast with so many different items, and he would personally make sure, yeah, you take this and you have one more of that. So it was very, very interesting how he took care of devotees. And then this Ujjain project, has already been many times mentioned. It came up in record time. My close friend Govinda Bhakta, he was serving there, he was helping with the construction, and he was also telling me how Maharaj himself was checking each and every room and every corner, make sure that everything came out nicely. And very interesting what I think is they also set up this making altars. I think they're still doing that, which is a very important thing because every devotee wants to have an altar in his home, and usually it is very difficult to procure that. It's very costly and it never turns out the way devotees want to have it. So he set up a whole factory to do this, and at the same time he set up an Ayurvedic hospital. He made 2 towers where the devotees could buy their flats so they could live right next door. I thought that also was very visionary. And then in that he also set up an Ayurvedic hospital, which also served him because some of the Swamis, when they get older and sicker, then sometimes they have to go somewhere down to south to Ujjain or here and there. He would just go next door and get his treatment there. So very visionary person, very sweet person, a very, I would say, very refined personality, very detailed personality. So Srila Prabhupada, when he came, he is called Prabhupada because he has a Prabhu sitting around him. So he was definitely one of them, chosen by Krishna to push forward the Sankirtan mission. Jai. Thank you. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Can we invite His Holiness Bhakti Gaurav Narayan Maharaj to please come and say a few words?
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swami Iti. So, today is Mudya Punya, Bas Purnima, the appearance of Srila Vyasdeva and also disappearance of Srila Sanatana Goswami. And on this day also our dear Maharaj, Srila Bhakti-Charu Swami Maharaj, also left us. Putting us in the ocean of sadness. Maharaj was very much affectionate towards the devotees and specifically to the followers of Srila Prabhupada. And I met Maharaj in 1984 in Calcutta because I joined ISKCON in Vrindavan in 1981, and in 84 we were sent from here to Calcutta. And that time Maharaj was staying at Reni Park, Reni Park, and looking after the BBT, Bengali BBT. And he was translating all Srila Prabhupada's books into Bengali. And Maharaj used to come to Calcutta temple very often, and he also used to give class in the Calcutta temple. So, for the first time I saw Maharaj there at Calcutta, and I had his class, which was very wonderful class he was giving. So, there itself, that was in 85 or something, Maharaj became spiritual master and also guru, GBC. So, the first initiation ceremony was also held in Calcutta temple. And Maharaj had a disciple, Chaitanya Das, and his mother was a very good cook. And Maharaj used to go to their house for prasadam. So whenever Maharaj would go to his house for prasadam, he would take 2-3 of us with him. And in this way we got close association of Maharaj. So we are going with him, taking prasad with him. And I saw Maharaj was always very affectionate. So one time Maharaj had gone to America because there was some meeting in, I think, New Vrindavan or somewhere. And then that times, before his arrival in Calcutta, I got a message that Maharaj was landing in Calcutta airport. So, from the temple, with 2 devotees, we went with the car to the airport to pick up Maharaj. And that was, I think, 7:30, 8 o'clock, Maharaj landed. And then, because Maharaj was staying in Reni Park, so from airport we all drove to Reni Park. And his servant was staying in Reni Park, so we thought he must have cooked for Maharaj. But we did not contact him and to know that whether he has cooked or not. That was our mistake. So when we arrived there at Reni Park, then I found out that his servant has not cooked anything for Maharaj. So then Maharaj told us, let us go to the temple. And that was almost 9 o'clock. And I knew that in Calcutta temple, by 9 o'clock everyone goes to sleep. So I was thinking that how we'll give some prasad to Maharaj. So then when we came to the temple, devotees were sleeping, we just get them up. So then we took Maharaj to Prabhupada's room in Calcutta temple. And we told Maharaj, please take some rest here. We are preparing for your prasadam. Then we 2-3 devotees, immediately we cut sabjis and started to cook. So then Maharaj immediately came out from Prabhupada's room and then told us that you just help me in cutting vegetables, I am cooking. So because I had heard that Maharaj was a very good cook, but I had never tested his cooking. So then Maharaj was very expert in cooking, so because he was cooking for Prabhupada. So then he started cooking, and within half an hour he made rice, dal, sabji. Everything was ready. So we were thinking that how Maharaj did this with such less time. Then we made the offering. Then we told Maharaj, please sit down. So we were serving. Then Maharaj said, no, you also sit down with me. So then I told Maharaj, we are supposed to serve you. So you first take, then we'll take later on, no problem. And anyway, we have already taken our prasad in the evening, so it is not urgency. So Maharaj said, no, you sit with me. So then myself and another devotee was there. So we sat with Maharaj, then another devotee was serving. And then when we took prasadam, it was so tasteful. Then I was thinking that how Maharaj was cooking, but I had never tasted. So now I tasted. That within short time Maharaj made such a nice preparation. So that was my first experience with Maharaj cooking. And then we took Maharaj to Reni Park, then Maharaj rest after prasadam. And then in Calcutta temple, there was initiation ceremony. And the first initiation ceremony was done, so we made all the arrangements. And Maharaj's first Vaspura ceremony also we observed in Calcutta temple. That was first Vaspura also. Because the first devotees were all Bengali devotees and very few devotees were there. So the first Vaspura was observed there. And then another time, that was in 86, when Padayatra was coming from Dwarka to Mayapur. And Padayatra was supposed to arrive at Remuna. So Maharaj wanted to go to attend Padayatra at Remuna, and on the way at Midnapur, Maharaj wanted to attend a big program there. One MLA of Midnapur, he had arranged that program on the occasion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 500 anniversary, appearance anniversary. So Maharaj asked us to come with him. So in the same car, myself and another devotee, Gaurang Prabhu. So we both went with him and we attended this Midnapur program. That was a huge program. And Maharaj always had a relationship with all big people. So he had a relationship with high-class gentlemen, also the MLAs. So that MLA from Midnapur, he had arranged that big program where 10,000 people had assembled there for that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 500 birth anniversary program. And then the whole radio station also came there to broadcast the program. So that time there was no TV. So they were broadcasting this program from there. And Maharaj was the main speaker there. So Maharaj was sitting on the Basasan. And then before speaking, then Maharaj asked me and told me that you should speak first. Then I said, Maharaj, because I was new to Calcutta that time, so I did not know Bengali that time. So then I asked Maharaj that, Maharaj, I don't know Bengali, so should I speak in Hindi? Then Maharaj said, no, you speak in Odia. Then I told Maharaj, this is a Bengal, and who will understand Odia here? Then Maharaj said, no, everyone will understand Odia here. Because that was Midnapur district, is the bordering district of Odisha. So then Maharaj said, everyone will understand here Odia. Then he announced on the mic that how many people can understand Odia, raise your hands. Then everyone raised their hands. So then in Bengal I spoke in Odia for the first time. And then I spoke about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then after that, then Maharaj spoke. And that was a very nice program. I think so many people, like 10,000 people in a program. So then we came back to one gentleman's place and we stayed there overnight. And next morning we started for Remuna. And there we arrived by the evening, and Padayatra had already arrived. And then Maharaj also gave speech in Padayatra. So that was a close association we got with Maharaj at that time. And then we went back to Calcutta, and Maharaj always had a great vision. He was a visionary, and always he thought great. He would not never think something small. So he had so many plans for Calcutta temple, and he became GBC also for Calcutta for the first time. So he had so many plans for Calcutta temple. And every year we used to observe Janmashtami program in the temple itself. And Calcutta temple was very small. Though it was open during Prabhupada's time, but the temple room was very small. And we used to observe Janmashtami there. But when Maharaj became GBC for Calcutta, then for the first time he gave the proposal that this year we will do the Janmashtami program on the street. And we will take permission from the municipality, and then we'll block the street and make a big pandal. So many people would sit there, and all of our program would be in the pandal, all cultural programs. And Maharaj was very fond of doing dramas. So, as we know, he had got it from his father. His father was in cinema business. So Maharaj was very fond of arranging dramas. And we all know that for the first time in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 500th centenary, he arranged that drama of Lord Jagannath. That English drama was performed in Mayapur. Then Maharaj arranged on Bengali drama of Lord Jagannath in Bengali, in Calcutta. So he also arranged a drama for this Janmashtami program. And he was actually supervising everything. And that year, that was very successful program, Janmashtami program. And then after some time, when I shifted to Bhubaneswar, and then there are so many problems in Bhubaneswar temple. Then Maharaj, he became GBC for Bhubaneswar. And that time, RGB was also making a committee to help Maharaj in managing this Bhubaneswar temple. So initially, I was in that committee because Maharaj suggested my name. And actually, I was not so much interested to be in that committee, but Maharaj personally telephoned me and he told me that I want you to be in that committee to help me. So then I could not refuse Maharaj. Then I had the opportunity to work with him. So, and later on, I also became non-GBC General Secretary for Odisha, for Central Odisha and South Odisha with Maharaj. So we had very good opportunity to associate with Maharaj. And Maharaj was very expert in taking managerial decisions without making anyone upset. He was a pleasant personality, and he would make everyone happy. And in that way, he was actually a very good manager. Because generally, anyone in management, some people will be opposing him. It's always seen. But Maharaj is so expert, and he will give such decisions, consulting everyone, that everyone would become happy. So, in that way, we had also close association with Maharaj. And every time Maharaj, whenever he will take prasad, he will always call us to take prasadam with him. And we all know that how Maharaj built this Ujjain temple within 10 months. That was the greatest achievement, actually. Within such a short period, Maharaj could build such a nice temple. And everything was perfect. He was a perfectionist. And he has also very good relationship with our Guru Maharaj, Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And they were like brothers. Maharaj used to consider Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Gurudev, as his elder brother. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj would consider him as his younger brother. Because they were staying in same room. When Prabhupada made Maharaj the Secretary for Indian Affairs, so then Maharaj stayed with our Guru Maharaj in the same room, and they had a very nice relationship. So in that way, he was also our Siksha Guru. Bhakti Swami Maharaj, he was one of our Siksha Gurus. And we had also got so many instructions from him. So in that way, and so much affection from him. So on this day, we would pray at his lotus feet that he would bless us to remain faithful as he was faithful to Srila Prabhupada and to his society. He should bless us to remain faithful at the lotus feet of Prabhupada and his society. And also we beg his mercy to become a dedicated devotee at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar and make our life success and go back to Godhead. Hare Jai Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj ki
Jai. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your wonderful memories, especially Kolkatan memories. Now can we invite His Holiness Bhakti Dhir Damodar Maharaj to come and share his experiences with Maharaj.
Thank you. Ajnanatimirandasya Gyanjana Salakayan Chakshulal Jena Tashmai Sri Gurevi Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pritaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Swami Namne. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pritaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravan Pracharane Nuribhisesa Sanyavadi Pastata Desatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai. I didn't have experience, like Prabhu said, I didn't have experience with His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj like Maharaj has. But I remember the first time I met him physically was in a Chopati temple, 2004. I was there, and His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj came. That's the first time I saw him face to face. And I listened to his lecture, and he was defending this movement, ISKCON. The way he presented the philosophy was very attractive and very appealing. So I have deep appreciation for Maharaj. Maharaj, we're talking about his faith. His faith is very, very contagious. I didn't see it, I heard from the scriptures, a bona fide disciple should live with the spiritual master. Except if he has an instruction from the spiritual master that he'll be able to say, otherwise he should go with the spiritual master. That we have heard, but I have seen His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj is the devotee who have practically demonstrated that. He has so much faith in Srila Prabhupada. He has so much attachment for Srila Prabhupada. And his attachment, the faith was so strong. And when Srila Prabhupada left, and he was put in Samadhi, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj was among the devotees who were there with Tamakrishna Maharaj. And he decided to go with Srila Prabhupada. And as they were covering Prabhupada with the sand, they covered Bhakti Charu Maharaj up to the neck. He wanted to go with the Prabhupada. Until Tamakrishna Goswami saw him and he shouted, "Get out!" And they pulled him out. He deliberately did that. He wanted to go with Prabhupada. But he was checked by Tamakrishna Goswami Maharaj. So he stayed behind to continue with his service. And you can see the much service he has rendered. Constructing a temple was not a joke. It requires empowerment from his spiritual master, the dedication and the faith he has, that he's able to do that. Bhakti Charu Maharaj is such a wonderful devotee that the movement has produced. I also know how he's very, very compassionate, very, very kind and merciful. He has a very deep, friendly relationship with my spiritual master. So much so that they're very, very close in all the dealing. When my spiritual master comes to Mayapur for the GBC meeting, he says with him in his room. And he is one who sponsored the Samadhi for my spiritual master in Mayapur. He sponsored everything and make sure that everything was perfectly done and arranged. He also translated 64 Principles for Community, a book which was written by His Divine Grace Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Charu Maharaj translated it, and my spiritual master, he gave a purport. Very beautiful book, 64 Principles for Community. It has a lot of instructions for guiding devotees. And I'm very, very, very fortunate to say that my first sannyas disciple is the disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, which is helping me to maintain the relationship with him. It was Sayasachi, so some of you know Sayasachi. Now he has taken initiation. I will give him the name Sarava Gya Goranga Maharaj. He's a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. So I have the mercy of Maharaj that I'm having the opportunity to have many of Maharaj's disciples as friends. Many his disciples are also Siksha disciples. There are many. The blessing and the service Bhakti Charu Maharaj has given to us. So we are eternally indebted to Maharaj. And we pray that his blessings remain with us and help us to become at least a faithful servant at the lotus feet, so he can help us to represent him properly as best as we can. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj Ki Jai.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your wonderful insights. Can we now invite Swarna Prabha Mataji? Swarna Prabha Mataji hai? Huh? Mic दे दो, mic Mataji को. Does someone speak? Okay, so she's then we'll have Aishwarya Radhika Mataji to come and say a few words. After that, although we are running short of time, but we'll still have 3 or 4 more offerings. Jankinath Prabhu is there, Dharmatma Prabhu, Ishwar Prabhu, and then I think Sriram Pandit Prabhu was there as well.
Hare Krishna. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Charu Swaminiti Namine Snigdha Cheta Supranita Bhagni Namcho Rasaplutam Prabhupad Gotopran Nomi Bhakti Charu Padam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Pashata Deshatarine Prabhupada Ki Jai. So there is an ocean of glories in my mind. Since the morning I was thinking so many things. I wrote it in fact a glorification, but I cannot read it because it's a short time. So I will say something from there, some main parts from there. And I still can remember those very previous days of my life when I joined ISKCON. And before joining, right after my teenage end, I went to Mumbai with Bappi Lahiri for becoming a playback singer. And there I got my Guru Maharaj's first darshan in ISKCON Mumbai. I was doing kirtan with Sachi Mata. And Guru Maharaj was entering in Radha Rasbihari Ji. He was just looking at me and giving his special glance on me and laughing and just nodding his head that how much he's appreciating my singing. And something happened that time to me. And my full mentality changed that I will not stay in Mumbai. I don't want to become a playback singer now. I will just run after this person who is looking at me. He was looking like Gauranga Mahaprabhu. As we are I am Bengali, so since my childhood I know who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu is. And I stopped my kirtan, I was following his footstep, and I went to 2nd floor guest house, and all the brahmacharis were sitting there. I don't care who is sitting there. I just took my skirt. I was just finished my teenage. And I went in front of Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj sitting on the chair, and I came and sit in front of him. And Guru Maharaj was telling me in Bengali. He don't know that I am Bengali, but he started speaking to me in Bengali. He started speaking that, yeah, tumi khub bhalo gaichile. You were singing very nice. Why don't you sing for Srimati Radharani? And before him, nobody asked me to. Singing for Srimati Radharani was a very amazing question I never heard before. And I was not replied. I was thinking what to say. Then I said, I don't know how to sing for Srimati Radharani. Then he told, I will teach you, don't worry. And since that day, years later, I sang a couple of bhajans, I recorded, and then Guru Maharaj was correcting me that I should learn classical, I should do this part properly, I should sing that part properly. And then whenever Guru Maharaj went to Ujjain and Mayapur, I got a chance to sing for him in his room, in front of him. Nitai Pada Kamal I sang a couple of times. He used to listen by closing his eyes. I still remember those golden moments of my life, and I still remember the instruction he gave me in the first day. Although I'm not capable enough to sing for Srimati Radharani, but I want to try as Sanatana Goswami Path Disappearance Day today. So I prayed to Guru Maharaj that, now I am after my 40, I crossed 40 age. Now I'm getting old and it's too late, I know. Still, I give me your blessings so that you want me to sing for Srimati Radharani. And I know Acharya wrote a lot of songs which never sang by, this impossible to sing by everyone. But I'm trying to make some tunes, means whatever Krishna is giving, whatever Guru Parampara giving the tune in my mind. I'm trying to make tunes and I'm trying to record those songs and trying to gift from my side to Guru Parampara, to my Guru Maharaj, to Srila Prabhupada, and that way it will definitely go to Srimati Radharani. And I want to beg, I really want to beg the blessings from all of you, dear Vaishnava devotees. Please bless me so that I can at least fulfill a little Guru Maharaj's desire. I'm not capable enough. I know nothing. I'm big fool. I don't know how to do and how the things will go on. But please bless me so that I can serve Guru Parampara and Guru Maharaj, and that way it will definitely, by your blessings, I have the faith that it will go to Srimati Radharani. Thank you so much, Hari.
Thank you very much, Aishwarya Radhika Mataji. She's doing wonderful videos now. Those who haven't seen, please go to her channel. Dharmatma Prabhu, can we invite Dharmatma Prabhu to come?
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So I had darshan of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj for the first time in 2007 when Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu departed in ISKCON Vrindavan. And after the disappearance of Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu, Vaishnava Maharaj called Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj that Maharaj, you have to come. So then Maharaj came here and he gave wonderful glorification of his memories about Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu. So that time I was wondering, who is this wonderful personality speaks so beautifully about Srila Prabhupada and Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu. I was very new that time. I joined here in 2006 and this happened in 2007. So after that many years Maharaj didn't come to Vrindavan. So after that he came to Vrindavan in 2014. And 2014 is the year that I was given the service to take care of Srila Prabhupada's house under the guidance of Her Grace Devi Shakti Mataji. So Maharaj came to Vrindavan I think that year Kartik, 2014, or before Kartik, I didn't remember. So Maharaj came to Vrindavan and he came to the temple. He went to Prabhupada's Samadhi. He had darshan of their lordships. Then he came to Prabhupada's house with all, surrounded by all his disciples. So he came to the Prabhupada's house. I was there. And I just started the service in Prabhupada's house. So Maharaj came inside. First thing he asked me that, who is taking care of Prabhupada's house now? So then I said, Maharaj, I am taking care of Prabhupada's house under Devi Shakti Mataji's guidance. So he went each and every place in Prabhupada's house. And Devi Shakti Mataji told me that whoever comes to Prabhupada's house, any Prabhupada disciples, sannyasis, you ask them that what you find that we are lacking, please give us some guidance to raise the standard. So I asked the same question that Maharaj, Devi Shakti Mataji told me that if any Prabhupada's disciple comes, please ask them to give some advice. So then Maharaj told me, he said, the bed that, Srila Prabhupada's bed in the front room and the window. So Maharaj said that you keep, there was very less space those days. So Maharaj said that you keep some more space so that devotees can come and offer their obeisances there also. So we did that. So after going to each and every areas in Prabhupada's house, Maharaj came to the garden and then he told me that call Devi Shakti Mataji. So then I called Devi Shakti Mataji and Maharaj said that Mother Devi Shakti, I visited each and every area in Prabhupada's house and it looks beautiful. So then Maharaj said to Mataji that tomorrow is Ekadashi, but I want to cook grain feast for Prabhupada. I want to cook grain prasad for Prabhupada. So then Mataji said that whatever you want to do. So then next morning, Maharaj started the cooking. Devotees brought all the bhogas, all the ingredients. And that time, we didn't started the cooking in Srila Prabhupada's kitchen. So I just started the service. So then Maharaj told me in the kitchen, he said that you don't have much utensils. And I said that yes, Maharaj. So he said that why you didn't tell me earlier? So I couldn't say anything, I was quiet. So devotees brought all the bhogas and everything. Maharaj cooked by himself. He cooked bati chachori and many different items that he used to cook for Srila Prabhupada. And so after cooking, after the offering, next day was Ekadashi. And no, that day was Ekadashi. So we kept all the offerings, all the Mahaprasad in the fridge. And the next morning, Maharaj told that, so all the Mahaprasad we sent to Maharaj's apartment in the MVT. Maharaj was staying in the MVT. So then Maharaj honored the Mahaprasad. And after that, on different occasion, I had different time the association of Maharaj. Then again he came, his last visit to Vrindavan in 2018. And before that I met Maharaj again in 2017 in my Guru Maharaj's Vyas Puja in Russia. So every time I met Maharaj, he was very loving, very affectionate. And then when next time Maharaj came in 2018, he came to Vrindavan, and there was some concern about singing the Gopi Geet in Vrindavan. So then when Maharaj was coming to Vrindavan, he called me and he said that, oh, I don't know what to do. I have to give a seminar on Gopi Geet and Jayadvaita Maharaj is there. I don't know what to do. So then he gave a seminar on that how to sing the Gopi Geet, and we will sing only the most important few stanzas of Gopi Geet. And then I invited Maharaj to sing Kirtan in Prabhupada's house in the evening. And by that time, the Prabhupada house was running full-fledged, cooking, Kirtan, and different things. And so then at the same night, Vaishnava Maharaj invited him to sing Damodarashtakam in the temple. So Maharaj was in dilemma what to do. So he kept both the request. In the temple, he sang the Damodarashtakam, just the Damodarashtakam, for 15-20 minutes, that's just the prayers. And then he came to Prabhupada's house and he did the Kirtan, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and beautiful bhajans. And we still have the recordings, and it was wonderful Kirtan. And in between the Kirtan, Maharaj was calling me by my name. And it was very, very wonderful association of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And I still remember how Maharaj went to America, and when we got the news, my Guru Maharaj called me that I heard Bhakti Charu Maharaj went to America, and I said, I don't know anything about it. So then the news started coming that Maharaj became sick and he is in the hospital, and very sudden, it was very sudden departure. And I still feel so much when I hear Maharaj's lecture and his beautiful Kirtan that Maharaj departed from this world very quickly. Because health-wise, if you see, Maharaj was very strong, very vibrant in his lecture, in his Kirtan. And we never expected that Maharaj will leave like that all of a sudden. Although it is in the hand, the appearance and the disappearance of the pure devotees of the Lord is in the hand of the Supreme Lord. We cannot imagine when they appear, when they disappear. But slowly, slowly, all of the Prabhupada's disciples are going. And I take a great pride in my heart that I received some association of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And I remembered his loving nature when we had this opportunity to do the ILS course in Mayapur. And this was the first time that ILS started in Mayapur. And at the lunch time, Maharaj, he arranged for the cooking. He invited one of his disciples from America, and he was looking after the cooking. So at the prasadam time, Maharaj was going to each and every table in the ILS camp, and he was checking if devotees are liking the prasadam. So this is the glories of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, and I feel very much proud that I came in such a family, Srila Prabhupada's family of ISKCON, and such wonderful exalted personalities. We had the opportunity to associate with such personalities like His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And maybe some near future, when we go back to the spiritual world, again we will find Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Dharmatma Prabhu, for your wonderful memories. Now just two more offerings before we go to the next part of the program on the Samadhi area. We have Shriram Pandit Prabhu make his offering, and last we have Janaki Nath Prabhu.
वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो Vaishnavaya Namo Namaha. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki Jai. So, it's wonderful that we are all assembled here for the 6th Sthiti Mahamotsav of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So, as a lot of speakers mentioned a lot of things, I will not take much time. As Bimal Krishnamurti told, we are short of time. So, I will not repeat what most of the people have said, most of the devotees rather. So, just I wanted to add a couple of things like I personally am very fond of Maharaj Kirtan, Vaishnava Bhajans especially Maharaj J. Anilo Premadhan. So, whenever I want to hear this bhajan, I just go to YouTube, put J. Anilo Premadhan. First thing that pops up is Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj bhajan. It's really amazing to hear this bhajan from J. Anilo Premadhan. And there are other Vaishnava bhajans which Maharaj sang with, with deep love, for especially for Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas. And one of the remarkable quality, like other thing which I want to say about is Maharaj, when we hear Maharaj Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita class, it's just not a very intellectual lecture. It's just to add to that, it's intellectual lecture plus it's heart transforming. So if you listen to his lecture very carefully, it actually transforms your heart. Because Maharaj, when he talks on Bhagavatam or he talks on Chaitanya Charitamrita, I always feel like Maharaj is not talking, he's singing. He's so sweet, his voice is. And he has that personality. When we look at Maharaj is always smiling. A couple of times I had an opportunity to talk to Maharaj also when he was in Vrindavan. So Maharaj is always like very fresh, always smiling. And one of the important character I really admire about Maharaj is Maharaj gives ample time to everyone. And he is like, today is like it's Sanatan Goswami Pad's Disappearance Day. So one of the important quality is our one of the important quality of Sanatan Goswami is extreme humility, extreme compassion. And I saw both these qualities 100% in Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Not only for the seniors, he used to give time, even a new sadhaka, a very new devotee, whether he is in his part of the movement or he just very recently came to the movement, he ensures that he gives ample time to everyone, listens to them. Most of the time, 90% of the time, he is listening, and once he completely knows that the other person, in sense what he wants to say, what he wants to talk, Maharaj rewards back. So that is a very good quality of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj, though from a very scholarly background, as Mahadevi Mataji mentioned before, Maharaj did his higher studies in Calcutta. He was from a very aristocratic family, and then he went to Germany to pursue his studies further, I think in chemistry, and somehow he was not very fond of the Western culture. And after his studies got completed, he came back to India, and he was actually hankering for some spiritual enlightenment. And that's when he got connected to Srila Prabhupada. And it's amazing that how Maharaj got his first Diksha and then the Brahmin Diksha, and then within 3 months' time he got Sannyas Diksha. I think he perfectly aligned himself in the lineage of the disciplic succession. That's just an amazing thing. I don't think so this is going to ever repeat again in the history. That's just the amazing thing about Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. And then his work of translating of Srila Prabhupada's books, most of the English literatures to Bengali, so that there is more audience to it, and the reach of the books is like everywhere in India. So he did a marvelous work. And what to say about his work, especially on the Acharya series, the epic series which got aired in Doordarshan. I think I had read somewhere Maharaj spent a lot of time in doing this Acharya series, which was aired in Doordarshan, I think almost a decade. He spent designing everything and actually took a lot of efforts to bring this live on television. And I think in 2005, I don't remember, 2005 or 3, maybe before that, I think that was the last time I went to Ujjain. And at that time, the construction was happening in Ujjain. 2004, I think, 4 or 5, I don't remember. And I was able to see Maharaj there in Madan Mohan temple. Maharaj was actually guiding everything as far as the temple is concerned. And it's just amazing that this temple got constructed in so quick, in fact in just 10 months. So to cut short things, so today is very auspicious day. Again, it is Sanatan Goswami's disappearance day. It's Vyasadev's appearance day, and then Guru Purnima. And Maharaj chose the right day to leave his body. So it doesn't really matter, a Vaishnava dies or lives, but they set so perfect example for others to follow. And in ISKCON, we celebrate both the appearance day and disappearance day with same enthusiasm. So on this specific day, my sincere prayers, and I beg at the lotus feet of Bhakti Swami Maharaj to help me at least to follow in his footsteps, and the amount of compassion or the ocean of compassion and humility he had, even if he can just give us a drop of it, that will really help me in advancing in spiritual life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sriram Pandit Prabhu. There's so many devotees who want to make offerings, but unfortunately we will have last offering now from Janakinath Prabhu. After that, we will go to this Samadhi area where Pushpanjali and Aarti will take place. And after that, we'll come back here for Prasadam. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। दास 2007 में श्री गुरु महाराज के संपर्क में आए। जब मैं अपने अध्ययन को कर ही रहा था, इंजीनियरिंग वगैरह कर रहे थे, कृष्ण भक्ति में आने से पहले हमें ऐसा लगता था कि जीव का सर्वोपरि धर्म यही है कि वो व्यक्ति मोक्ष प्राप्त कर ले, सायुज्य मुक्ति वाला मोक्ष। क्योंकि दास जैन धर्म से बिलोंग करते थे, तो फिर यही भावना हृदय में बैठी हुई थी। लेकिन उसमें भी एक समस्या थी। समस्या ये थी कि जैन धर्म वाले ये मानते हैं कि हम इस कली काल में भगवान के पास नहीं जाते, यानी मोक्ष प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते। तो दास ने भी गुरु महाराज से यही प्रश्न किया कि महाराज जी, हम लोग क्या कली काल में भगवान के पास जा सकते हैं क्या? तो महाराज ने कहा बिल्कुल जा सकते हो। अरे मोक्ष क्या, मोक्ष से सारी बड़ी चीज़ मस्त है। भगवान के साथ जा कर के तुम खेल सकते हो, उनके साथ में रह सकते हो, उनके साथ में जो करना है वो कर सकते हो। तो मुझे कृष्ण भक्ति की प्रेरणा गुरु महाराज से पहली बार इसी प्रकार से मिली। और जब तक उज्जैन में लगभग 2007 से लेकर के 2016 कार्तिक महीने तक जब तक रहे, जब तक निरंतर महाराज जी से भक्ति का मार्गदर्शन प्राप्त होता रहा। वैसे तो सभी चीज़ें आप लोगों ने सुन ही ली हैं, लेकिन एक बात जो दास ने बड़ी गंभीरता से अनुभव की वो ये है कि मैं जब प्रारंभिक दिनों में भगवद गीता या भागवत या जो भी कुछ प्रवचन होते थे उनको सुनता था तो एकदम भूल जाता था, कुछ स्मरण नहीं रहता था। लेकिन मैंने ये देखा कि जब भी गुरु महाराज कुछ बोलते थे तो वो A to Z शुरू से लेके आद्यंत सब कुछ वैसा का वैसा एकदम हरा भरा रहता था। और आज भी स्मरण में है कि जो जो उन्होंने, जब हम जाते थे तो तृतीय स्कंद पे श्रीमद् भागवत की कक्षाएं होती थी उज्जैन में, और वो है अक्षरशः आज भी स्मरण है। तो इससे पता चलता है कि जो शुद्ध भक्तों की वाणी होती है वो इतनी प्रभावी होती है कि भले ही जीव बद्ध है, बद्ध कोटि का है, लेकिन उसके ऊपर भी उसका ऐसा असर होता है कि वह छाप छोड़ देती है और उसका फिर विस्मरण नहीं होता है, भूलता नहीं है। ये शुद्ध भक्तों की विशेष कृपा है। जैसे जो प्रभुपाद डिसाइपल हैं, जब प्रभुपाद जी के साथ में रहे और प्रभुपाद जी ने उनको जो भी कक्षाएं सुनाई, जो भी कथा सुनाई, उनको आज भी वैसे के वैसे ही स्मरण है। तो ये शुद्ध भक्ति का या शुद्ध भक्तों के बोलने का ये प्रभाव होता है। तो हम लोगों का बड़ा सौभाग्य रहा कि साक्षात जो प्रभुपाद के कृपा पात्र शिष्य रहे उनसे साक्षात रूप से श्रवण करने का अवसर मिला। और महाराज जी से एक बार दास ने एक प्रश्न पूछा कि महाराज श्री हम लोग प्रचार करते हैं, उस समय हम IIT इंदौर में प्रीचिंग किया करते थे जब उज्जैन में थे, तो बच्चे लोग थे तो पढ़ते थे और उनका प्लेसमेंट वगैरह हो जाता था तो वो चले जाते थे, कोई रुकता था नहीं। मतलब कोई रुकना भी तो चाहिए कि जिससे प्रचार कार्य आगे बढ़ता रहे। तो महाराज जी ने एक बात बड़ी अच्छी बोली कि बोली देखो हमें प्रचार निरपेक्ष भाव से करना है। निरपेक्ष भाव अर्थात कि अटैचमेंट बिल्कुल मत रहेगी कि कौन व्यक्ति रुकेगा कौन नहीं रुकेगा। आपका ये काम है कि आपको पूरा 100% अपना देना है। उस व्यक्ति को आप गीता भागवत जो भी कुछ शिक्षा देते हैं आप दे दीजिए। कब वो भक्त अच्छे से बनेगा या करेगा या नहीं करेगा वो हरि देखेंगे। आप अपना काम अच्छे से करिए। दास ने इस बात को गांठ बांध ली और अपने जीवन में आज भी उसका अनुशीलन करने का प्रयास करते हैं। महाराज जी की प्रेरणा से ही हम वृंदावन में रह पा रहे हैं और महाराज जी के ही आशीर्वाद से जो ग्रंथ लेखन का कार्य हो रहा है वो गुरु महाराज का ही आशीर्वाद है। अन्यथा बद्ध जीव में कोई ऐसी सामर्थ्य नहीं होती है कि आचार्यों की वाणियों को यथारूप से भी प्रस्तुत कर पाएँ। ये आचार्यों की ही कृपा होती है। तो ये सभी आप सभी भक्तों का और गुरु महाराज का विशेष आशीर्वाद है कि दास वृंदावन में रह पा रहे हैं और साथ ही साथ जो गौर वाणी है भगवत वाणी है उसका भी प्रचार कार्य आप लोगों के आशीर्वाद से और गुरु महाराज के आशीर्वाद से हो पा रहा है। परम पूज्य भक्ति चारू स्वामी गुरु महाराज की
जय। Thank you, Janakinath Prabhu, for keeping it short. Now this ends the session for glorification. We are a few minutes late. I was requested by one devotee to say few words about the departure of Maharaj, but I think we'll leave that for next time. I'm sorry, because we're running half an hour late already. So can we request everyone to go to the Samadhi area where Pushpanjali and Arati will take place. After that, please come back here for Prasadam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Sanatan Goswami